Critical broadcast alert.
It's the Sporting Hour with Lynwood Robinson.
It's the Sporting Hour with Lynwood Robinson.
All right, how you doing out there, everybody? It's another edition of the Sporting Hour. My name is Lynwood Robinson. I'm the host. My co-host Hap Cole should be calling in soon. I got Antonio Castillo, my stat and board guy, on deck, and as usual. By the way, nice weather. I'm appreciative of that. As usual, we start the show with a section we call the woodshed, where we take to task anybody involved in sports. Be it a coach, player, executive, fan, or whatever, that we think needs to be taken to task. And here we go. Some might say it's a rigged game or the fix is in. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter. The outcome has already been decided. Your resume is as impressive as the other guy. You've shown that you are capable and you're hungry. You come up short, but it's a compelling argument. I'm a hoop fan, obviously. It's championship week. Now, before they started letting, when it was 32 teams or 48 teams getting in the tournament, originally it was 16. Then it went to 32 to 48, and now it's up to 68. So the relevance of the championship week has been diminished a little bit. But championship week is still my favorite time because of what? The desperation. The desperation to get in. Right, Antonio? To get in. To go.
Win or go home.
Yeah, win or go home. Or the thing that people never talk about, that senior player who would never be on anybody's team again, but he wants to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? You see real emotion. Guys desperately trying to win or compete, and they're giving it all because they know this is it. I don't know if anybody who doesn't play sports or hadn't played sports don't understand what it is when you see that light going out when you know you're done. But it's a sobering thing. Okay, but what I'm saying is this. It used to be, like I said, 32-team tournament, 48-team tournament, and now it's what, 68? Everybody and their mama gets in almost. But here's my argument. I'll take my second alma mater as an example. I'm talking about App State, who now stands 27 wins, 7 losses. A great year for that school, a mid-major. When I was there, it was the Southern Conference. Now they're in the Sun Belt because of the great football. By the way, I think the Sun Belt is the best so-called Group of 5 conference in the country. I'm talking football. I'm talking basketball here. But getting back to basketball, they were 27-7. They dominated the regular season. They were clearly the best team. They have a win over nationally ranked and still nationally ranked Auburn in December. Dominated that league. But Sunday night, they lost to Arkansas State 67-65 in their conference tournament. A one big league like the Sun Belt gets only one guy, only one bid, and that goes to the conference champion. So it's down between James Madison and Arkansas State. Arkansas State's 19-15. Clearly not an NCAA team, but if they win this tournament, they get in. They get the automatic bid. Which also, what, Tonio, knocks out another team. It's going to be a long week for App State, thinking they might get in. But who are we fooling? Tonio, they're not getting in. Not on resume or an at-large bid. They're not getting in. They'll be in the NIT at 27-7. Meanwhile, a Power 5 school with 10, 12, 14 losses, man, it will get in. But those Power 5 schools with those 10, 12, 14 losses, what's their argument, Antonio? We play in a tough league, man. Come to our school, we compete against these people. So if you're in a tough league and you're talking and you're pitching that you're in a tough league and you're in a Power 5 league, win your games, right? That's the difference. And the other difference is this. If that mid-major school goes to, I'll use Tony's favorite team, Duke, UNC, Kentucky, who was the blue blood school? Who we say? Kentucky, Kansas. You have to play what? A perfect game. You have to play you can't mess up. You got to play a perfect game. Field goals may be even. Turnovers may be low. Or relatively even. Turnovers may be low. But the difference in the game will be you'll take 10, 12 free throws. They'll take 30, 35, and that's the game. Happens all the time. I use Wake Forest. Wake Forest, 19-9, I think they are. But they'll get consideration before App State gets consideration, or before Davidson, or before who's another? Tony, name another school like that. St. Mary's, maybe. St. Mary's a little bit better than that, though. But yeah, they'll get consideration before. But they're a punching bag for the rest of the league. Wake Forest has not been to a Final Four since 1962, and guess who that star player was? Billy Packer. That's how long it's been, man. 1962. But they'll get in because they hang out in a league that they don't compete in. Rarely. This is what I'm saying. Yes, there is a difference in some competition, but if you are a Power 5 school, go on the road and play those mid-majors with at their place with their referees, and you'll see a difference in those scores. Do you think NC State can go to Davidson and win a series, Antonio, 4 out of 7? That'd be tough. Syracuse, who's down, yeah. Can they go to I don't know, Winthrop and win 4 out of 7? I don't know. Well, on their court with their referees? Yeah. All I'm saying is this. Even it up. Make it fair. And then we'll see who the best teams are. But if I have to go to your place all the time and play with your referees, you get 35 free throws, I get 10. That's the game. That's the game. That's why you see all these NBA players from these out-of-the-way schools. Oh, where's this guy from? Oh, he went to Loyola Marymount. While the consensus All-American Kentucky, UNC, Kansas can't make the NBA. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see. I don't know what's up with my co-host, Mr. Cole. I'm sure he'll be calling soon. I know what's going on. But that's what I'm talking about, man. Give the mid-major a chance. App State had a chance to do it, but they stubbed their toe, losing to Arkansas State in that Sun Belt semifinal. You got to handle your business if you're a mid-major, because if you don't, the Power 5 school will get the benefit of the doubt, and that's not right. All right, here we go. Antonio. NFL free agency. We got to talk about it.
Okay.
I think the NFL offseason is as good almost as the regular season. Well, these guys are taking better deals or different deals and going places.
I think it's better.
Yeah. NFL offseason, man, is very, very entertaining.
Because my social media has been off the charts with all the trades and movement of players going on today or over the past couple of days. So,
all right, let's start. Saquon Barkley
to the
leaving the Giants and signing with the Eagles in division and a rival.
Yeah. But I actually saw a story where Tiki Barber was trying to call him out for going to a division rival.
Tiki Barber can't say nothing to nobody.
And then Saquon responded pretty much saying, paraphrasing, I'm loyal to the organization, but where's the organization's loyalty to me?
Well, when Tiki Barber retired early, remember that? Mm-hmm. What was his go-to? These fans who want me to play won't be there when I'm 45, 50, whatever, 55 years old and can't walk.
Right. But
so he was looking out for himself.
But he's going to try to call out.
But he's going to try to call out somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. Football is a cold. The NFL is a cold business, man. They'll cut you and not think about it. Mm-hmm. So take the money.
Especially running backs.
Well, take the guaranteed money, man, and go whoever wants you.
Right.
Because they don't care.
Yeah, because the Giants overspent on Daniel Jones.
Yes.
But yet, people expect Saquon to be loyal to the organization when they don't want to give him a decent deal.
Well, he along with Josh Jacobs, who we'll talk about in a minute, held out for more money and has essentially got the same deal they would have taken if they wouldn't have held out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They both got $10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like $1 million more than they were initially offered.
I mean, we're saying this with ease, but $1 million obviously is a lot of money.
Right. But
still,
for that profession.
Yeah, it's a commensurate to what business you're in, mm-hmm. And they didn't get the money that they wanted. So outside of Giants or Tiki Barber need to get out of here, man. Do what he's doing and shut up. What's the next one, Tony?
Next one is one of your former players, Josh Jacobs, going to the Packers, and the Packers waived Aaron Jones,
which is surprising, but not surprising because, like I said, it's the NFL. Mm-hmm. They don't care.
And Aaron Jones was oft injured.
Well, toting that football will make you off injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Antonio, Josh Jacobs missed 5 games last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's injured too. And Saquon Barkley had his first season where he played the majority of the games he's supposed to play.
But what was it, 2 seasons ago, Josh Jacobs led the league and
1,600 yards, almost 5 yards a carry. He was great.
Right. And then this past year was a wash for the Raiders.
Well, he averaged a little over 3 yards a carry. Now, I had somebody text me today and said stats on everything. Stats can be misleading. That's true. But, excuse me, he had 233 carries last year. So 3.3 yards a carry is who he was. I can see if he had 20 carries.
Yeah.
He had 233. That's who he was.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you go from having your career best season
to one of your worst.
Right.
Yeah.
Within the season. It happens, obviously.
What I'm telling you is this. If I'm an NFL player, I will hold out for an extra quarter because they don't care.
They don't.
They don't care, man. They'll cut you or release you.
And then depending on what your contract is and how much was guaranteed.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. That's what the average fan doesn't realize, man. NFL contracts are not guaranteed. What's guaranteed, Tonio? The signing bonus. That's it. Mm. The rest is commiserate on you, 1, not getting hurt, and 2, the team doing well.
Right.
If those things don't happen, you might get that call. You have to come to the office.
Yeah, whatever incentives are laid in the contract.
Yeah, exactly. Next,
Austin Eckler to the Commanders.
I think that guy's incredibly underrated.
Oh, he's great.
Well, good for him, man.
Yeah.
Good for him. He's small, round, hard to tackle, low to the ground. I think he's going to do all right for them.
And dual threat.
He's a very good receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good. Again, you probably heard this or not. When we're talking about football, you can hear this from me. Take the money, man, because they don't care. They don't care. I remember Carson Palmer?
I do. Cardinals.
Bengals. Had a short stint with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when he left the Bengals, and he won a Heisman also at USC. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah, he won the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Brown, I think his name is, the Bengals owner or CEO, whatever you want to call it, was calling him out saying we were loyal to Carson, we were this, we were that. There's no loyalty to the NFL. They don't care.
They don't.
So don't give me that, man. Don't give me that. Next, can I say this, Antonio?
Sure.
Derrick Henry to sign with the Patriots.
Okay.
Now,
And the Patriots just sent Mac Jones to the Jaguars.
right, Mike Jones is a different situation, but yes. Mm-hmm. I thought she should have started Zappy anyway.
Oh, yeah.
For the money
Yeah.
and what he can do, he was
Right.
better than Mac Jones.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I
he's better
agree.
than Mac Jones. So,
And a quick side note about Austin Eckler. The offensive coordinator, I think it is, for the Commanders is Anthony Lynn.
former Chargers head coach.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's a reunion going on there.
Well, I think Anthony Lynn, man, was a victim of the Chargers not being able to close. They couldn't close games, man. He was good. They could find a way to lose.
But that's the thing, though, because
in
they
the
would,
last 5
they would
minutes.
always march down the field, whether it be like a game-winning drive, and then
Something crazy would happen.
what's his name? Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Hubbard.
He would always throw a pick or
Or miss an open receiver. Yeah, do something.
or
Fumble, sack, fumble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd always be some funky situation where
I thought he was a potential. I still think he is a potential MVP. Mm-hmm. Guy's got a gun, man. He's got a cannon.
yeah, but the same thing. Is he Phillip Rivers 2.0 or no? Or is it too early to tell?
Well, football. I say this to people that talk. We talk football. It's not diving or gymnastics. There's no degree of difficulty. You don't get any extra points for looking good. You get a point. You get points for results.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, this is before your time, man. There's a guy that played for the Redskins, now Commanders, named Billy Kilmer. Mm-hmm. Had that 1-bar helmet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That looked like a kicker's helmet.
Yeah, but he's a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Wobbly pass. Like somebody shot a bird in the air. But it would get there.
What they call it, a duck? Lame duck.
A wounded duck. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't get style points, but there's no style points in the NFL, man. That's in diving and in gymnastics. NFL's about results, bro. Results. I think that might be my co-host, Mr. Hap Cole, calling. Oh my God.
Hold on.
He's making fun of me again?
No.
Yeah.
You didn't do it this time.
All right.
Want to bring him in?
Yeah, bring him in. Mr. Cole, what's up?
Welcome to. Yes, sir.
What happened to you, man? What's going on? You had to work?
What do you mean? What happened to me?
You've never called in at 8:35. It's always around 8:10, 8:15. I thought something happened to you, man. I was concerned about my friend.
Oh, is it that late?
Yes, it's 8:35.
He was about to go looking for you.
Yeah, I was about to send a search party out for you.
Yeah, I'm at the same place Duke's game is. I'm missing in action.
See, I knew. All right, we'll get to that later. Check it out. Happy. We're talking about NFL free agency right now. We'll go back. We'll go back and let you add your piece. But the woodshed was about mid majors who stubbed their toe in the conference tournament. They dominated the regular season. They can't get in, and you know I like the term homer. You guys can call me this, but App State 27-6, but they lost last night to Arkansas State.
Arkansas State.
They lost Arkansas State by 2,
of course.
So they won't make their conference tournament. They won't get in, man. They'll be 27-7. They have to go to NIT. So the point I was making was,
well,
let me finish. The point I was making was, then I'll let you add your 2 cents. Be thinking, mid-major schools like an App State. So I was at Carolina, a Power 5 blue blood, and I was at App State, a mid-major. You got to win your games, man. You can't leave it up to the selection committee. You got to win your games. So what I'm saying is, if you are App State or you're Davidson or you're, Elon or whoever, and you come into Kansas or Duke or Kentucky or Carolina, what's going to happen? They're going to shoot 35 free throws. You're going to shoot 10. That's the game, so you got to play a perfect game, man. That's what I'm saying. Do you agree? Do you agree that those mid-major teams should get more weight?
You don't.
Go, Happy.
You don't necessarily have to play a perfect game. That's not what you have to do.
What do you have to do?
What you have to do is take advantages of opportunity when they're given to you. You see, a lot of schools don't understand how to capitalize in those moments. And there are a few moments in a basketball game or a football game that will make or break winning or losing. Now, they lost by 2 to Arkansas State. That tells me, I didn't watch the game. I didn't see the highlights. I did see the score last night.
Right.
But that tells me that there were a few moments in that game, if they had done something differently, the outcome could have potentially been different. That just tells me that when it came time to make a play or not make a play or, shut the other team down on defense, they couldn't get a stop or they couldn't capitalize on a turnover. They couldn't do a lot of things. When games are that close, what a few moments in that game that can define that victory or that loss.
I'm with you.
So you don't have to play a perfect game, but you do have to take advantage of the opportunities when you have them.
Well, they stubbed their toe. They're not getting in, man. They're 27-7, their best season ever. They're not getting in. They can wait all they want to a selection selection Sunday, but they should have won.
With the cookie crumbles, man.
Happy, I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. Coach Smith had a great saying: "If you win your games, you don't have anything to worry about. Don't leave it up to the selection committee." I'm with you, man.
Well,
that's a great point you made.
That's not necessarily true for everybody.
Well, the big boy's going to get in. A Power 5 school can have 10, 12, 13, 14 losses and still get in because the argument is we play in a tough league and we play a tough schedule. Well, if you play in a tough league and play a tough schedule, win your games.
So that saying is not true for everybody.
All right, clarify. What do you mean?
It's not true for everybody. If you win your games, you'll get in. Obviously, that's not the case.
Well, for Abbott, yeah, I see you saying. Yeah, okay. It's not across the board. There are exceptions all the time.
It's not the case.
Yeah.
Florida State went undefeated. They didn't even get in football. So it's not the case.
But in football, there's not 60. There's not 60 teams and 68 teams getting in. In football, there's 4. Somebody's going to be upset. Now, somebody's getting. Yeah, I'm with you.
That goes to your saying, if you win the games, you'll get in. That's not true because Florida State won their games.
But we're talking about basketball. We're not talking about football.
I'm just saying that saying itself. That's not the case.
Well, it's definitely not the case what we were just talking about. All right, so Happy. After the woodshed of the NCAA tournament and the mid-majors getting in and not getting in, we jumped to NFL free agency. Antonio, start us over so Hap can get his piece.
Okay, so this is a 2-parter. It's Saquon to the Eagles, and then the second part is Tiki Barber tried to call out Saquon for not having loyalty and for going to a division rival.
All right, I've given my piece. What do you think about Saquon to the Eagles, Happy?
Well, it's a good fit. It puts the Eagles right back where they want to be. It puts them back in the contention for a Super Bowl.
What about Swift?
So it is one of those.
He's gone.
What about Swift?
He's gone to the Bears.
Oh, he signed.
Yeah, he left.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Okay. All right. He's going to regret that.
Yeah, Swift went to the Bears, man.
Well, I'm on the late train then. I did not know that. I'm on the late train. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what about that second part?
$24 million.
What about how much?
Gone.
How much?
3 years, $24 million.
That's a nice little piece of money. What about that second part where he said Tiki Barber called out Saquon for leaving and joining division rival? Tiki Barber ain't got no way to argue with nobody about anything. He retired early, and his stance was those fans won't be there when I'm 50 years old and can't walk. Now he's calling the guy out for taking money.
Let me ask you a question. Was it who had the better career, Tiki or Rondé?
Well, in 2 different positions. Tiki was good the last 3 or 4 years. He was really good. But I think his brother Rondé made more Pro Bowls though. I think that's right.
And which one won the Super Bowl?
Tiki. No. Yes. No. Didn't Rondé win? No, Rondé didn't win. The Bucks won with Tom Brady. Tiki Barber won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, with Eli.
Yeah.
No, the Bucks won with John Gruden when he was the coach.
Yeah, he did with Brad Johnson was the quarterback. Yes, they did. They beat my Raiders, 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring this up is
Yes.
this. All right. Former NFL players should never, ever, ever criticize a current player
Because.
for doing what's best for his family.
Yeah.
Never. And Tiki Barber, if he was good or not good or whatever the hell he was, I have no idea.
He was great.
But he has stepped out of line by saying that. Now listen, he's got the right to say whatever he wants to say. I get all that. But he has stepped out of line now criticizing this young man for taking a better deal, going to a better offensive line, going with a better quarterback, going with two better receivers, and going with a better defense.
Oh, happy.
So,
that's a good point, man.
there is-
You're saying an older player shouldn't criticize the newer player for taking a better deal.
Well, it's not just a better deal. It's a better chance to be better at your craft.
And the money.
I mean, the money, it's $1.5 million more, I think, than what he was making last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the money really, but it's just an upgrade. Offensive line was look. Saquon Barkley ran from 1,000 yards, scored many touchdowns behind a line that didn't block for him really. He averaged a little bit under 4 yards per carry before contact, all on his own.
Go ahead, Happy.
So if I'm a running back, I'm looking at this like, well, let me get this straight now. I'm going to a team with an all-pro quarterback. I'm going to a team with an all-pro wide receiver. I'm going to a team that has an all-pro guard, even though Kelsey's just retired. The offensive line is still intact. I'm going to a team with a better coach, a better defense. What's not to like? Why would you not take a chance at that?
And they want me.
And if I'm Saquon, I don't like the way the Giants treated me last year anyway. And I went out here this year, busted my ass with a broken down offensive line and a broken down quarterback who they gave all the money. The only reason Daniel Jones got that money is Saquon Barkley. That's why he got $80 million.
That was Antonio's
If there's
point.
no Saquon Barkley back there, Daniel Jones doesn't get $80 million.
That was Antonio's point earlier. They gave that money to Daniel Jones. He's probably still pissed about that. Yeah.
Daniel Jones should write a check to Saquon Barkley for half of that money and say thank you. Thank you.
That's Antonio's point. That's Antonio's point, man. Yeah, he said Daniel Jones.
Because that's the only reason he got that money. He got it because of Saquon Barkley. I don't know. Barkley, he doesn't have to be pissed off because they gave it to him. Quarterbacks always get the better of the deals. Always. That's a given.
And the Giants are regretting that
But
now.
let's not lose the... Yeah, they are. Well, let's not lose the fact because of Saquon, he got that money.
So you're saying Daniel Jones
So now the question
should cut Saquon Barkley a check?
Immediately, like last week.
It's already gone. Okay.
Like last week.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, that's a good point, man.
And you know why that he should write Saquon Barkley a check? Here's why, Wood and Antonio. Here's why.
What's that?
Saquon Barkley came out of the backfield, received a lot of Daniel Jones passes. All right?
Right.
Saquon Barkley relieved the pressure off of him on 3rd down and 5 and 2nd down and 8. When you got a reliable back you just hand the ball off to and it's almost guaranteed 4 yards every time he touches the ball, you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to make those passes you know you can't make. You don't have to put the team on your back. You don't have to carry the load. This is what I'm saying. So with Saquon Barkley back there, Daniel Jones was able to finagle him way into looking decent to the management of the New York Giants and to bamboozle them into giving him $80 million, which he did not deserve to begin with. Saquon Barkley should get some of that money so the Giants and Daniel Jones to write Saquon Barkley another check.
Happy. You're going off here and you're making complete sense. That's a great point. Saquon Barkley made it easy.
I don't know. I don't know Tiki Barber.
Right.
I don't know him. I'm sure he's a decent guy. But if I'm Saquon Barkley, no, you don't have to say it, Saquon. Let me say it for you. Tiki, kiss my ass.
Complete
all of
and
it,
totally.
all the darkness it is, the whole circle, the whole sphere of all of my dark black ass. Kiss it all.
Antonio, have you ever have go off like this?
And by the way, Tiki never won a ring. I know he's passionate about this.
Yeah, he's pretty hyped up about this. Hap, I thought Tiki Barber won a ring with Eli Manning. He did not. Antonio's looked it up. He
No.
didn't. No.
No.
Rondé Barber won a
Tampa,
ring
I
with
believe.
Tampa Bay, though. Oh,
Yeah, Rondé did.
okay. All right. So Hap
So
Cole
I
had
didn't, I
Happy
didn't
Cole.
mean to go off, but this aggravates me to the point where it's worth going off.
Happy Cole just eviscerated Tiki Barber and Daniel Jones in New York Giants management and lifted up Mr. Barclay. Good for you, man. Next, Antonio.
Next, we have Josh Jacobs to the Packers and Aaron Jones being waived or released.
Happy to hear that now. My
Yeah, I know,
Raiders,
I know,
my Raiders
I
are
know.
letting my Raiders are allowing Josh Jacobs to go to sign with the Packers.
The Packers, yeah.
The Packers,
Yeah. Well,
the Packers waive
Look again.
Again.
Again, better situation for a free agent running back.
Yes.
And you
that's
got to
true.
remember okay, let's keep this in mind also. Last year, you see how horrible the running backs got treated?
Oh,
You
the
see
deal.
the market was
The market was bad.
miserable for running backs last year. Now, this year, running backs are like the new flavor now. Everybody needs one, so they're taking all these guys now. And they're making money. These guys are making money.
Good for them, man. Good for them.
But I do feel bad though for Aaron Jones. That's uncalled for by the Packers. That's uncalled.
He'll land somewhere though. He's
He was
a
their
good
bread
back.
and butter.
Yeah, he'll
He
land.
was that bread and butter. But in that playoff game against Dallas, he was killing Dallas. He was their bread and butter.
He'll land
He
somewhere.
was it, man.
Yeah,
he was a good teammate, a good football player. Always showed up on time. Always did his job. Never came in late. Knew the playbook. Ready to play. If he wasn't injured, he was on the field, and he was producing. Not just marginally producing, but mega producing.
Yeah, he had a good year. But Josh Jacobs missed 5 games with the Raiders last year, often injured last year. But the year before that, he had that career year, 1,600 yards, almost 5 yards a
Yeah.
carry. So
Led
that
the
way he
league in
made his
rushing.
money. Yeah,
Yeah.
good for him. But Hap,
Yeah, but you got, yeah.
he's going to be back. Now that Jacobs is gone, Zamir White will be the featured back for the Raiders out of Georgia, University of Georgia Bulldogs. I don't think there'll be that big a drop-off. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, the Raiders' issue is not running back; it's quarterback.
Yes, I agree.
That's going to be the Raiders' issue. Right
I agree.
There.
I agree with you 100%.
White is certainly capable of filling most of Jacobs' shoes. Not all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacobs might wear size 12. White might wear size 10.
That was funny.
So,
but listen to me.
So he.
Was the thing that Josh Jacobs was good at? He was sure-handed, didn't fumble. I think he had like maybe 3 or 4 fumbles his whole tenure with the Raiders. The whole 4 years he was there. He was.
Well, I hope so.
He was good with the ball. Yeah. So we'll see, man. But Zamir White filled in for him admirably. We'll see. We'll see what they say.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
going to be honest with you.
What's that?
If I'm Josh Jacobs, I don't know about going to Green Bay.
Oh, stop. Now, maybe I'm hearing things. I distinctly remember you saying that was a good move just a minute ago. Now you're saying it's not a good move? Or maybe I'm wrong.
It is a good football move, but here's what I'm thinking.
What?
All right. Green Bay, in 2 years, will be the only open-air stadium in the NFL. The only one.
I hate you, man. You're my friend, but I hate you. I should know that. But go ahead. They'll be the only one?
So, that only one. In 2 years, Chicago's going to build the Dome Stadium.
Right.
In 2 years, Green Bay will be the only open-air stadium in the NFL, and he just signed a contract to go there. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking,
Now, happy. You give me a hard time
You know,
about use of information.
it's going to be a little chilly in the wintertime up there,
Yeah.
and I don't think, Jacobs is, I'm
Well,
just
Happy,
saying, if it was
you-
me, I would consider, all of that.
You give me a hard time about use of information, but you got a point there. And also, what else about Green Bay? They're the only team in the NFL who's community owned. The fans own the team. They don't
That's
have
all
an owner.
right. That ain't got nothing to do with the play.
No.
I'm
What I'm
saying
saying,
cold weather can affect
What
the
I'm
play
saying
at any
is,
point.
what I'm saying is, they had to have a consensus to build that dome stadium. Our owner can't say, a single guy can't say, or family or whoever, saying that we want a dome stadium. The Green Bay ownership.
They might not want a dome stadium. Nobody's mentioning Green Bay.
Say again?
Nobody's ever said, "Hey, let's build a dome stadium." Nobody's ever asked for a dome stadium in Green Bay. Management, coach, players never asked for it.
Being out in the snow is part of the culture over there, I think.
Yeah, well, they can have it.
We're gonna see.
They,
All right.
they surely can have it.
Happy. Derrick Henry. Derrick
If
Henry.
I'm Josh
Happy.
Jacobs, I'm thinking, well, how long is my contract? What'd they give him, Antonio? 3 years?
Josh Jack. I don't know what it just said. He's to sign. It didn't say what the numbers were.
Let me double check.
Happy.
Yeah, check on that, Antonio.
And
So,
get back to us. Happy. Derrick Henry
oh,
to
no.
the Patriots. I think that might be a good move.
Derrick Henry where?
To the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think that might be a good move. What's that guy? Corey? What was that running back
For
2
who?
years ago?
Who's a good move for who?
I was saying Derrick Henry to the Patriots might be a good move. Hold on.
For who?
Stop. Tonio's got something.
4 year, $48 million.
For Jacobs?
Yeah.
Jacobs.
What's guaranteed? What's the signing bonus? Does it say?
Doesn't say.
All right. Happy.
Actually,
Yeah.
Hold.
48.
Hold.
Yeah.
deal includes $12.5 million signing bonus, and
Incentives.
and Jacobs will earn $14.8 million in year one. So that's 27.3 within the first year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy.
So,
Go. I'm sorry.
is it a good move for who, Lynwood?
I'm asking. What are we talking about? I'm talking Derrick Henry now, right? Derrick Henry? Is that
Yeah.
what we're talking about?
Yes.
Derrick Henry could be the feature back, obviously, for the Patriots. They don't have a stud running back right now. They did it by committee last year, and they only won. What did the Patriots win last year? 4 games. He might take the pressure off because they just traded. They just traded Mac Jones to the Jaguars.
They're signing Jacoby Brissett.
The Patriots are.
I just saw it. So he's going back. Didn't they have him before?
That guy, yeah, that guy's underrated, man. That guy. We'll talk about him in a second. But Derrick Henry will have 1,200 yards at least late next year for the Patriots. 1,200 to 1,500 yards. The guy's a stud, man. He's got to be what? He's probably just turning 30.
I think he's younger than that.
So he's got to go. Check it out, Antonio. He's got some few prime years left. So happy. So you said that with some trepidation. You don't think Derrick Henry's a?
Yeah, he just turned 30.
You don't
in
think Derrick
January.
Henry's a good fit with the Pats? I do.
No.
You don't?
No.
Because
He's not a good receiving back, though.
he's not a good, and he's a decent receiving back until he's not.
Blocker.
He's a terrible pass blocker, and he admits it. Yeah. He didn't say I was terrible. He said it's not my forte. All right, Happy. What's your issue with Derrick Henry going to the Patriots?
Well, you got to ask yourself when you say it's a good move. Is it a good move for Derrick Henry? Or is it a good move for the Patriots?
Wouldn't one be the same? Wouldn't it be one and the same?
No, it would not be.
Because
Well, think about this, all right? If you're Derrick Henry, what are you looking for in a team?
chance to win and a good offensive line so I can run the football. We'll go.
And what else?
Oh, a quarterback.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Happy. They just signed Brissett.
Now,
Brissett's not bad, man.
What part of New England said all of that to you?
I think Jacoby Brissett should have started last year with the Commanders, but you like Sam Howell. I think he's underrated. I don't think he's a top 10.
What part of that in New England says all of that to you if you're running back looking for those three things?
Say again?
They've always had a good line, right? The Patriots have always had a good line, right? Offensive line.
Decent. Well, that was a forte when Brady
Not
was
the
there.
last 2 years they haven't.
And I guess it just depends on whatever Mayo's game plan is, if he's going to be run first or, what have you.
But Zappi's good, but I think Brissett is better than Zappy. Jacoby Brissett will start for the Patriots next year. What do you think, Happy?
Well,
You think I'm right?
I think you will. I think you will start. I don't know if he's going to stay healthy though, because
You don't think the Lions will
unlike
win.
what he had in, I really don't. Unlike what he had in Cleveland, he had protection in Cleveland. That's why he looked so damn good when he was there. I don't think they have as good as offensive line in New England as
Don't
they
you
did
mean
in Cleveland.
Indianapolis or Cleveland? You mean Indianapolis, right? He started in Indianapolis.
Cleveland, when he was in Cleveland.
Cleveland, because remember he had that win over who did they
49ers.
Yeah.
You were right, Happy. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Happy Cole and Antonio are right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to have the protection that he had in Cleveland, that he's going to have, in New England that he had in Cleveland. And the other thing is this, too. In Cleveland, he had Njoku, and he had
The tight end.
number two, I don't know why I can never think of this guy's name.
For
Wide
Browns?
receiver, played Alabama, Roll Tide.
Jerry Judy.
No, Judy just got traded to the Browns.
Used to play.
Oh yeah.
Used to play in Dallas.
Oh, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
God,
So
he was great.
He
He
had
was
Amari
great.
Cooper. He had Njoku, the tight end. He had Nick Chubb. He had a lot of pieces in Cleveland.
Got any emails?
I don't see those pieces in New England. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I just don't see it.
Well, you do have a point.
I just don't see it. I'll give you $100 right now if you can name both of the New England wide receivers.
I can't get that money from you. Because they don't stand out. No emails. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Huh.
I have to think about it for a minute.
Well,
I'm
the
pretty
fact,
sure I could
the
come
fact
up
that
with
we
it.
have to think about it proves this point, though. You know what I mean? The fact that we have to think about it. All right, Xavier McKinney, that very good safety for the Vikings, signed with, who did he sign? He signed a deal with somebody in the same division, I think. I had it written down. It's got to be close. I don't know. God, who did he sign with? McKinney. Here you go, Happy.
Packers.
Yeah, signed with the Packers, same division. 4 years, $63 million.
68.
68 million?
Yeah.
Is there signing bonus involved?
Let me see.
Well, Happy, you think Green Bay's making a move here?
I do.
What do you think about that quarterback? Jordan Love, man.
I do.
He got better.
Jordan Love will be as good as he was last year, or even better. You know, I think it's going to take a minute for them to get the pieces in place. But they've got young wide receivers there that are very good. They got a young quarterback. They're bringing I
Yeah.
think that Barkley is younger than Jones. I think he is. I don't know, but and if you can, and I get it from the Packers side, if you can get a younger version of Aaron Jones, somebody that's bigger, stronger, probably more durable, although you couldn't tell by his past couple of years with the Giants, but Saquon Barkley's a beast. I don't care.
Yeah, he's good. He just hurt a lot. But it sounds like the Eagles. He's gonna make them bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with
but if you bring in Jacobs to Green Bay and you get rid of Jones, it's almost the same player.
Now, Hap, you're talking about Green Bay. Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
Uh-huh.
That wide receiver, man, that young guy, Christian Watson.
Yep.
He's a player.
Yep.
Where do you go to school, Tony? I'll look that up real quick.
And Romeo Dobbs is nice also.
Romeo Dobbs. They got some pieces, man.
North Dakota State.
Hey, did they?
Go,
Antonio.
Happy. Listening.
Did they? Didn't they get a defensive player too today? The Packers.
Tony's on it right now. Google, yeah.
I thought that they picked up a defensive, either linebacker or lineman.
I think you might be right about that, Happy.
Huh. I can't remember. I thought I saw that.
Tony was on
maybe
it.
I was wrong now.
Who they saying?
But I tell you who. There's two teams that have completely upgraded their roster to the point where you have to consider them to run deep in the playoffs now.
Who?
Cleveland and Atlanta.
Oh. Happy. Me and Happy talk during the week. Happy, the Browns signed Jerry Jeudy from Denver.
I know.
Out of where?
I know.
Out of where, Hap?
You know they went to school, baby. I'll say it for you anyway.
Say it.
Roll Tide. Alabama. Bama.
Has a big Alabama fan. That's going to help them stretch the field. That guy's good. Yeah, Judy's nice. That's going to really help them.
So Deshaun Watson should be back up to par. The last 3 games he played before the injury, he was throwing over 250, 260. Quarterback rating was high.
He's nice.
He had a few touchdowns, very limited interceptions, so he was coming back and swing before he hurt his shoulder. When he comes back, that rust will be off after the 2.5-year gap he took off. I think he'll be back up to form. I think he'll be ready to go. And with Jerry Jeudy there now, and Ndeku, and my man number 2, I just can't remember his name again. Good Lord.
Amari Cooper.
Also with Alabama.
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. They're going to be loaded. Nick Chubb should be back, man. So it's just, and then they have a fantastic defense. I mean, they had one of the top 4 defenses in the league last year.
Oh, the Browns, yeah. Myles Garrett's a stud. Myles Garrett is a stud.
They are a team that could be the team to challenge Kansas City.
Oh, that's a mouthful right there. You really believe that?
I think they will because they have the weapons now. Look, they won 11 games last year, didn't they? 11, 12 games, something like that. And
the ones they lost, they were in. They rarely got blown out. They were in the games. I think they won. They won 11 games last year.
So it's not like they were a long way away from that anyway. But now, with, like I said, Jerry Jeudy, with the fact that Deshaun Watson's going to be back healthy, ready to go, so I think that they're going to present some problems for a lot of people in that division.
Let's look at that division. Cleveland.
All right, let's look at it. Yep.
Who's in there, Antonio? Cleveland.
Baltimore,
Pittsburgh, and we're missing a team. Who was Antonio?
Baltimore, Pittsburgh,
Cleveland, and we're missing one.
Packers.
And Packers NFC.
No, that's NFC.
Baltimore, Cleveland,
Pittsburgh,
and Baltimore. Right?
Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. We're missing a team, man.
Is it? No, that's not.
If Gaddafi were here, he would know.
Uh,
Who is it? Who's Antonio?
Bengals.
The Bengals. That's a tough division, Hap.
Cincinnati. Yep.
That's a tough division, man.
Uh huh. I know it is.
If you had to pick right now where we stand, I would still pick the Ravens. Who'd you pick?
I'd have to, if they can stay healthy, I have to go with the Browns.
Who? That's a good one. Who'd you pick, Antonio?
I'd go Bengals.
Well,
And
remember,
we all
Higgins is
stop
out now.
happy. We all three picked different teams. I thought all three of us have a legitimate argument. That's not a bad pick,
Antonio,
Antonio.
did you hear what
You know
I
why?
said?
You know what's not a bad pick for Antonio?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow has a hero kind of flair to him. You know what I mean?
That dude
Antonio,
is nice.
did you hear what I said?
What's that?
What'd you say?
T. Higgins wants out of Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah, I
does.
did see that.
I did see that.
I don't blame him because Jamar Chase is getting most of the action there. Because it'd be Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd if T. Higgins leaves.
And T. Higgins is a hell of a receiver.
He's a
Hell of a receiver.
He is.
He's a good player.
He's very underutilized.
Yep.
I don't
And
remember
at
that
his
guy in
size,
college,
with
though.
his speed, with his catch radius, anybody would pick him up.
Anybody pick up T.
would
Higgins?
pick him up.
He's a stud, man. I can't remember him in college, though. Do you know where he went, Hap?
Tennessee,
He went to Tennessee?
I believe he did.
I mean, I'm not doubting you because I have no idea. I just don't remember his name.
Yeah, went to Tennessee.
You just looked it up or you know that for a fact?
And then you have to also consider this.
What's that?
Now that Kirk Cousins has left Minnesota,
Oh, stop.
where
Stop.
does that leave Jefferson?
Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes.
Falcons.
Kirk Cousins signed with the Falcons?
They have a squad.
That's what I'm telling you.
Kyle,
All right,
Those are my
Hap,
two teams right there
continue your
that can
point,
make a
Hap.
difference. I
Could-
told you Cleveland and Atlanta. Those are the two teams that I think that go deep in the playoffs now.
and Baker re-signed with Tampa Bay.
Awesome, by the way. Let me say this. I gave, over the last 2 years, I gave Bay, except for last year, previous 2 years, I gave Baker Mayfield a mouthful. I gave that man hell. He bettered himself in Tampa Bay. They won a division, a wild card playoff game. Good for him, man. Good for him. $100 million contract, $50 million guaranteed. Good for him. T. Higgins did go to Tennessee, did he?
Well,
Clemson.
you should,
No,
you
wait,
should thank Mike
Happy.
Evans for that, too.
Happy. Yes, true. Happy. Clemson.
You should thank Mike Evans.
You hear
because
me?
if Mike Evans does not sign his deal with Tampa Bay, I don't know if Baker Mayfield gets that $100 million contract.
Daniel Jones should thank Saquon Barkley. Baker Mayfield should thank T. Higgins. No,
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
No,
I mean.
he should thank Mike Evans.
That dude's a stud.
Because you know what their priority was in Tampa before Baker was to re-sign Mike Evans. That was their priority.
Mike Evans is nice, man.
So
Big.
without Mike Evans, I'm not sure that they re-signed Baker to that kind of money. If Mike Evans would have said no to that money and walked, I don't think Baker gets $100 million.
So you're saying Mike Evans? What's it? Tony, look up see what his deal is. Mike Evans. He signed a deal 2 years ago. Is that what you're saying, Happy? Happy, is that what you're saying?
No, he signed a deal this year, like last 2 weeks ago.
On Friday,
So that was
a 2-year contract extension. Oh, so you're saying that by Mike Evans staying, the Bucs felt comfortable giving Baker Mayfield his money?
Absolutely.
Ah, I think Evans is a stud, man. No doubt.
Absolutely. Because you notice
I don't see
that they signed Evans first, not Baker.
That's a good point.
So the Buccaneers' priority was not Baker Mayfield; it was Mike Evans.
Because without Mike Evans, we don't need Baker Mayfield. Is that what you're saying?
No, not you don't need him, but he's not as productive without Mike Evans.
We need to find out what Mike Evans' deal was, though, because they gave Baker Mayfield $100 million. How much they give Mike Evans?
Yeah, I'm not saying
He
that.
signed a 2-year contract for like 85 million.
An extension,
something like
yeah.
that. Some ridiculous amount.
Oh, so an extension onto his existing deal. I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing an amount.
So, but no, he was going to walk. He was free agent.
He's a stud. And by the way, for our listeners out there, that's Happy's stomping grounds. Happy's Tampa guy. So he knows about the Bucks. He knows about them wearing those bags over their heads back in the 80s, right, Hap?
Oh man. Oh man. You don't understand, man. You don't understand this, all right?
What's that?
They drafted a quarterback that was colorblind in both eyes, throwing the ball to anybody.
Get out of here.
That's how bad the Buccaneers were.
You're not making this up.
I'm not making up. They drafted Vinny Testaverde, who was colorblind in both eyes.
Hap, Mike Evans, 2 years, $52 million.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. They've had
$25 million a year.
You say it's 27. That's 26 a year, man. Hap, so you saying Vinny Testaverde is colorblind?
Man, you don't understand. Ben Testaverde led the league in interceptions because he what color helmet to throw to.
He was talking to people.
The wave was invented at Tampa Stadium that year, 1976, at the Big Sombrero.
The wave was invented in Tampa.
Yes,
all the fans,
man,
all the
Buccaneers
fans
went 0-14 that year,
right?
And at the game, some guy jumped up and said, "Oh, you suck," and went right around the stadium.
You want to do it? Get out of here, man! You lying? Hap, I know you're a comic man.
I'm not making this stuff up.
You're not making it up.
It's all true.
Oh my God.
Vinny Testaverde was colorblind in both eyes.
Oh, my
That's why he had such a horrible season the first year he was there.
Hap. Who's the coach? Who's the quarterback for that team? 0-14. This gonna blow your mind. I know you know though.
That's not gonna blow my mind.
Come on, Hap. The old ball coach.
Was it Brad?
No, Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier?
Yeah. Steve Spurrier, former Heisman Trophy winner at Florida. Yes.
Yikes.
Steve Spurrier.
Mm.
But Hap, speaking of Tampa Bay, and for those that are listening, my co-host, Mr. Hap Cole, is a nationally known comic. When they asked the initial Tampa Bay coach what he thought about the team's execution,
John McKay?
Yeah, what did he say? What about the team's execution? What did he say?
I'm all in favor of it.
They were 0-14, and he said, "I'm in favor of it." That might be the funniest coach. Oh my God!
That's the funniest thing a coach ever said.
Ever,
without a doubt.
It cannot be topped.
Yeah.
What do you think about your team's execution?
We used to go down to the stadium, man. We used to go down there.
Oh my God! Mm-hmm. All right, Happy. We got to do a station ID and recognize our underwriters. Do not hang up your crazy self. Don't hang up, man. Go, Happy. Go, Antonio.
I'm surprised he didn't say it this time.
He always has something crazy and he hangs up. Go, Antonio.
You are listening to WCOMLP, Chapel Hill and Carborough. That is WCOMFM.org worldwide and WCOM 103.5 on your local dial. We are underwritten by the Dead Mule Club located at 303 West Franklin Street. Owners Matt Putnam and Big Sam. Go check them out. Great food, large patio, and multiple TVs for your March Madness viewing.
That patio was something to behold. It's pretty nice.
Bow Bar located at 705 West Rosemary Street. Owners John Bowman and Amanda Barr. They also have a great patio, and the weather is getting warmer, so go check them out.
Oh, yeah.
Midway Barbershop, located at 707 West Rosemary Street. Owner Stepney Edwards.
Been there since 1952. Go get that freshie. That cut tightened up.
The Merch, located at 101 Lloyd Street. Check them out for your screen printing needs.
My main man Chip Hop and his partner Patrick. Yeah, anything you need printed, anything you need on T-shirts, whatever, they can do it. Go check them out.
And last but not least, World Headquarters Cigars, located at 102 South Merritt Mill Road. Owner Kelly Masters Melton.
She's very nice. I get my sticks there. They have a wide selection. If you're looking for Maduros, torpedoes, anything, they have it. And she's also very nice. She'll welcome you with a smile and have a large selection there. Go check it out.
And we are back with Mr. Lynwood Robinson, Mr. Happy Cole, and Antonio Castillo.
Yeah, there you go. Happy. Tell me you didn't hang up. Are you still there? You better be there. Are you still here? All right.
I'm here.
Any more free agent signs? Did we miss anything?
We missed a lot.
Go.
Austin Eckler to the Commanders, reuniting with Anthony Lynn, who is the running game coach for the Commanders.
Happy. Where do you put Austin Eckler, man? Is he's a dual threat back. He can run the ball low, short, round, built to low to the ground, but he's a great receiver out of the backfield also. I like him.
No, he's a hell of a signing for the Commanders. I mean, you got to remember just a couple of years ago he led the league in touchdowns.
Yeah, he was great.
It's not like not like he can't play.
It ain't a bum.
He's good. He's sure-handed. He's reliable, but he's also a great running back when he gets the ball in his hands too. So he's going to do a lot of things for them. I just hope they have that right side of the offensive line shirt because he likes to run to his right. So I hope they have that right side of the line shirt up.
Next, Antonio, you said somebody we missed a lot. Who else we missed?
Tony Pollard to the Titans. So taking Derrick Henry's spot.
I am floored. That the Cowboys let him walk. Who's their backup? I have no idea who this must have happened while we were doing the show. I have no idea who Tony Pollard's backup was with the Cowboys. I thought it was what Derrick Henry was doing.
It'll happen this morning.
Man. Hat, would you agree with this, man? The NFL offseason is almost as exciting as the actual season. Would you agree with that?
You mean it's free agency and all this stuff?
All that stuff, yeah. The offseason, the free agency, the signings, what have you. It's almost as good as watching the games.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
And this happens. And this happens not all the time, but it does happen maybe every 2 or 3, 4 years. Maybe you get all these great free agents that become a free agent at the same time. Wide receivers and running backs and quarterbacks.
The bidding wars.
It doesn't happen often.
It's happening this year.
Rico Dowdle is the starter for the moment for the Cowboys.
I have no idea. I'm not putting Rico Dowdle down. He's an NFL player. What I'm saying is I have nothing to talk about with him because I don't have a body of work for him.
Yeah, that's because Pollard did a good job of staying healthy, so Dowdle was
I like Pollard,
hardly
man.
in the game.
Can you look up Tony and see what Pollard's deal is? Is that possible? Tony's checking that out. We're missing somebody. Somebody important though.
Oh, we have a few people to go.
Yeah, okay.
So while I'm looking up Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift to the Bears.
The Eagles will regret
For
that.
the Bears. Now, the question is, are they going to keep Justin Fields or trade him?
I like to
Because
see.
the trade market for him has not been what they thought it was going to be.
Well, if that's the case, then send him to the Raiders. That would be awesome.
3 years,
Fields to the Raiders.
3 years, $24 million for Pollard.
3 years, 24 million.
It's not bad.
I'll take it. I will take it. Well,
No, it's not bad.
man, I'm telling you, man, NFL free agency is something else, man.
Ready?
Go.
Devin Singletary to the Giants.
I know that name.
He was with the Bills.
Yeah.
Undersized. but he wasn't getting any much playing time after because he
He's a
got
little back, right?
he got injured, but then he was playing behind James Cook.
They're both small, though.
Yeah, but James Cook was healthy.
Singletary was shifty, though, the year before that. He was good. Yeah, so good for him.
And then Gus Edwards to the Chargers. He's the running back for the Ravens.
Happy. Oh, yeah. He's good. But Hap, what I want to know is those two backs, what do you think about this, Hap? Those two backs for the Dolphins. Are they signed? Mostert and the other guy who hurt his leg or something? So they're both returning? I always mess his name up.
A chain.
A chain. There you go, Happy.
Chain.
I always mess his name up. Are they signed for the year?
Yeah, I think they're both
So
under
this-
contract.
They can run
They
the
have
football,
to be
man.
signed because they went on the free agent. They went on the free agent, so they have to be signed.
And then we have
That makes sense.
Antonio Gibson to the Patriots. He was a running back for Washington, if I'm remembering correctly.
You are right. Antonio. So is that all the free agent signs right now that we know of?
Running back wise, yes.
How about defensively? No one defensively?
A few.
Yeah, you guys picked up a dude today, man. The Raiders signed a defensive end from Miami, Wilkins.
They also signed a tackle, didn't they?
$110 million deal.
We can see what the Raiders just say. Raiders free agent signs. Yeah, I think they also signed a tackle, didn't they? Antonio's on it.
I don't know.
Antonio's on it.
The tackle, Wilkins. He's the defensive tackle.
Here you go. What you got, Antonio?
4 years, $110 million
Yeah. Defensive
from Miami. Defensive tackle.
Christian Wilkins. Yeah. That's a whole lot of money, bro. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'm telling you, man, NFL free agency is something else, man. It used to be this way. Used to be you signed with the team, you were tied to them for your whole career.
I think those are the big names that have moved thus far.
Now the first line.
No, we missed one.
Who?
Russell Wilson to the Steelers.
Ah, yes, Happy. Well, we have talked Wednesday linked, maybe Wednesday. Not Wednesday, but this weekend, Saturday. This is what I say about Russell Wilson signing with the Patriots. You know, really,
Steelers.
I said Patriots. Yeah, Steelers. The Broncos on what have $38 million, $39 million, and the Steelers got to pay him $1.2 million. But you know who's really up in the air with this? Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. Well, the scuttlebutt was that they're going to resign Mason Rudolph, which they obviously are not going to do now. But Kenny Pickett is being the last year of his rookie deal, but he's not getting any burn now with Russell Wilson there. So his career is kind of up in the air.
I feel like he's young enough that it won't really derail it. I don't think.
Happy, what do you think about Kenny Pickett?
I think
for the Steelers.
Antonio's right. I think he's young enough that Russell Wilson only signed 1 year.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, it won't hurt Kenny Pickett.
But
It might
he's
do him good if he
clearly
watch the
better
game
than Kenny
from the sideline
Pickett.
because he came in playing right away. So it might do him good to sit down, watch the game for a year, and who knows if Russell Wilson's going to get hurt or not. So there's no guarantee that he's not going to play. And I don't think Russell Wilson will go to Pittsburgh and sign that 1 year deal unless he was guaranteed to be the starter.
Right. And he's also on the back end, his back nine, he's 36 years old, or will be.
Well, I mean, a 1 year contract, it doesn't really matter how old he is, you know.
Well, last year they signed the Browns signed Joe Flacco off his couch, and that guy was rocking it. Wasn't he happy?
Yeah.
Flacco
until
made
he
a great
needed
deal.
to, then he couldn't.
Say again?
Until he needed to do it, then he couldn't do it.
Yeah, against the Texans. Yeah, you're right. So Antonio,
That wraps it up.
that wraps up the free agency?
Pretty much. So we'll see what happens with Aaron Jones.
Antonio,
Yes.
Antonio,
Listening.
I got a good one for you, brother.
Oh my God.
What's that?
I got a good one for you, Antonio.
There we go.
Listening.
Your beloved Panthers signed one of the great offensive guards in the NFL in the last 5 years.
Oh, they gave him $100 million, didn't they?
Who's that?
They gave. I thought they gave him more than that, but yeah,
Or was it $100 million guaranteed?
Who they sign? No way.
I think $100 million guaranteed.
To an offensive lineman?
Hunt,
Look it up.
offensive lineman
Look it
named
up.
Hunt, who for the last 5 years has been one of the best offensive guards in football.
Where?
I'm pretty sure they lost two people, though. They lost Luvo and someone else.
But hold on,
Yeah,
whoa,
they did.
let's see who this person is and what they gave him.
Brian Burns to the Giants. Robert Hunt, 5-year, $100 million.
$5-year, $100 million for a guard.
All right, but wait a minute. You got to see what's guaranteed, though.
Yeah, it doesn't
It doesn't say
specify.
that. Yeah.
It says $20 million per year at an average of $20 million per year, but it doesn't say anything about the signing bonus or what have you. But yeah, lost
Linemen tend to play out their contracts, though.
lost Brian Burns and Luvo.
They're gone, right?
They're gone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this got to be good news for Bryce Young.
I think Bryce Young is will be a good NFL
would
quarterback.
tell you-
He's just undersized, I think, and he's not used to losing.
Oh, I think when he grows up,
NFL
he'll be a
minute.
good quarterback.
Say again. Say again, Happy.
When he grows, he'll be a good quarterback.
I think he can hit the weight room. I think when he grows, half crazy, man.
Is he full grown now?
Yeah.
Huh.
I will say this: when he's out there playing, he does look like a little boy, doesn't Antonio? Skinny neck, like his helmet's too big,
Yeah.
like he's like 16 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Antonio,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Oh my God.
What's up?
Now that Gabe Davis left Buffalo and went to the Jags, where does Calvin Ridley go?
Because Ridley's a receiver.
Right.
Where does he go now?
That's the thing, though, because Gabe Davis was hit or miss. He might get you 150 yards, or he'll get you 3.
Well, 150 yards one game, 20 the next. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't necessarily a huge part of their offense until he was.
Now, I have to give Antonio credit. He talked about DJ Moore, and the loss of DJ Moore hurt Bryce Young.
Freaking Panthers.
Yeah. They should have kept that guy, man.
That dude is nice.
Maybe Ridley should go there.
Should go to where?
But that's the thing about Ridley, though, because he's small also. He's not a big guy.
He should go to the Panthers.
I'm going to tell you right now, man. Small sometimes is underrated, but Steve Smith is exceptional. That guy's. If I had to pick 20 NFL players I really like watching play, he's one of them.
Some people were saying that the Panthers should go after T. Higgins.
They should. They should go to T. Well, the problem with T. Higgins is I think Cincinnati put the franchise size tag on him.
Mm.
And so wherever he goes, they've got to pay Cincinnati and T. Higgins.
And that's the problem with the Panthers, because I think they're paying about 4 quarterbacks right now.
The Panthers are paying 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, and probably
Name one of them.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he did sign there initially, yeah.
And Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton.
Oh! Why are they paying James Winston
Because they picked him up.
this year?
No. He was a quarterback 2 years ago, and then he got cut.
The Saints,
They're
James
probably
Winston?
still paying Matt Rule too.
Oh yeah, they're paying him, and they're paying Frank Wright.
What? Yep, Frank
Whoa,
Wright and
whoa.
Matt Rule.
I said, I don't remember James Winston being with,
Yep.
with the Panthers. Now, you're a Panther fan. I'm sure you're not just making this up.
Oh yeah, no, he was there.
Jeez. Yeah, he left and came back. It went
He was there for like,
Tampa to Carolina to the Saints.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
yeah, they've been a hot mess.
They're pretty bad, man.
So it would
Six
be-
straight losing seasons.
You know, it would be great for them too. I know they won't be able to do this,
Who's that?
but if they could find a way to get T. Higgins and Ridley,
That ain't gonna happen. They get one of them, not both of them.
Because the problem is they don't have
Well,
much
you don't
collateral
know.
right now.
That much what?
Collateral. They don't
Yeah.
have any draft. Well, they might have just picked up a couple with the Burns trade to the Giants. I think it was a second round and a fifth round pick for him. But that's not going to do anything to get T. Higgins.
no.
I mean, a loss is a loss is a loss. But Panthers were rarely blown out last year. A couple times they did, but they would lose games 14-21.
That's just because the defense was good.
That's the point I'm making.
The offense was,
They're very predictable.
it's run, pass.
Should have never got rid of Steve Wilkes, man. That was a bad decision.
I agree.
But what we talked about, Antonio, people don't like to be wrong. They're gonna see it through the end, and that stuff works. Their decision works.
Oh, yeah. And they'll always make someone a scapegoat,
Yeah, that guy was great, man.
a.k.a. Mike Shanahan. Isn't it Mike?
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle's the son. Kyle's at San Francisco.
Kyle Shanahan.
I don't know.
the young one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the son. Mike Shanahan does great Denver teams. That John Elway and those guys. That's
Yeah,
Mike Shanahan.
Shanahan's the one that coached McCaffrey's dad.
Right, Ed McCaffrey. He's also the one that put even though RG3 was hurt, put him back in the game, and he got hurt worse. And it was kind of like the beginning of the end.
Mm. Yeah.
Hey, I think if RG3 hadn't had that terrible knee injury, he could have been a really good one. What do you think, Hat? What do you think
It
about
could have been, but you know, some of that was on him.
He didn't have to go back in. You're right.
I think he was a bad
You know,
decision
some of
maker.
that was on him. I mean, the way he played quarterback was not conducive to staying healthy.
And what's that?
So
Because there was one time
he went to
could've-
somebody. I think the Browns. And he tried to go out of bounds, but he ran to the guy.
No, he didn't try to go out of bounds.
No, I'm saying he should have gone out of
could've
bounds.
He was on the sideline, could have ran out of bounds, but I think he'd been listening to
Yep.
He challenged. He challenged the defender.
The talking heads.
He challenged
talking
the
about
defender.
how he's soft and blah blah blah, and
not
Yeah.
really black.
and
Yeah.
then that defender, I think it was a
and he
linebacker
tried
actually,
to prove something.
Laid him out,
and messed up his shoulder
and that was it.
when the sideline was literally 6 inches away.
He's an accomplished guy, though, man. Graduated from college in 3 years. He's an Olympic alternate sprinter, Heisman Trophy
He
winner.
didn't make a good decision then.
Yeah, Heisman Trophy winner, but he just made a bad decision. Like Jason Williams, he's a smart guy too.
I don't know.
Smart guy too.
If I see a
Well, on that motorcycle.
if I see a 230, 240 pound 4'5" guy running at me, I'm going out of bounds.
Well, it's easy to say now because you're sitting here talking to us.
Oh no,
yeah,
I'm not trying to get hit.
yeah.
And there's money on the line too, man.
No, that's not easy to say because you're sitting here. That's common sense.
I disagree with you
Anybody can
100%.
think that way.
I disagree with you.
And you're a quarterback.
You can.
Yeah.
Live on to play the
I'm
next
running out
play.
of bounds. I don't give a damn what anybody said.
So I have. Happy doing what?
Y'all can kiss my ass. I'm running out of bounds.
Because isn't that what you said about Brady and Peyton and all of them, that they never took hits? That's
They
why
were
they're
great at getting rid of the ball.
or going down and just.
But
getting
they had no
themselves up.
speed. They had to get rid of the ball.
They were great at falling down.
Yeah, like just go down.
Yeah. Yeah, Brady, Hap crazy, man. Hap say what? You don't get down, nobody say?
I don't give a damn. I'm running out of bounds.
Hap say,
all right?
kiss my
I don't
ass.
care if it's 4th and 5
Uh-huh.
and
You got 3.
you
You got 3 yards, Hap. You don't get an extra yard for that first down?
We got to get the ball up. It's a turnover on downs, so I'm running out of bounds.
And playing the next series.
Playing the next series. That's right. That's the whole goal right there, Lynwood, is
Yeah.
to play again.
I'm with you.
Which RG3 did not understand the logic in that, because he came from a Baylor system that allowed him to do those kind of things and outrun people and herky jerk on somebody and get by him and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff doesn't work in the NFL. These are grown damn men that don't appreciate the fact that you come in here with all this hoopla and all this ink behind you. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. On the other side of the ball, there's a defensive player saying,
I'm going to get your ass.
He's not going to do this.
I'm going to get you.
He's going to do this. You see what happened to your boy from what's the dude with the money signs? What's his name? That came in NFL with all that noise.
Johnny
and all
Manziel.
That quack,
Johnny
and all
Manziel.
that hollering and all that kind of stuff.
Johnny
I'm gonna do
Manziel.
this, I'm going to do that. Yeah. Okay. Come around this corner again. Just run around this corner one more time.
You know what he
One more
said?
time.
Happy. Johnny Manziel said he could turn the corner on anybody, almost anybody in college, make the play. Said he got to the pros. Guy was 4 or 5 inches taller than him, 60 pounds heavier, but faster. He couldn't make the plays anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro.
Well, and here's the people realize, all right? Johnny Manziel wasn't fast.
That's the point I'm making, yeah. Not compared to these guys.
He wasn't fast, period. He just was shifty.
Yeah, he was very shifty. Yeah.
But he wasn't fast. So I don't know.
Would you
about turning
agree?
the corner on people. I mean, he
Happy. He did it in college. Would you agree that he was a great, great college football player, though? I can't believe you're hesitating. He was great.
Well, here's why I hesitate.
College
right?
football. College football. Well, Antonio had to take
Here's why I
a
hesitate.
break, but he's back now. Happy. Gather your thoughts. Antonio,
Yes.
do you think Johnny Manziel was a great college football player?
Yes.
Yes. Without hesitation, he said, I do too. Happy, give us your point. And Happy hesitated. Go, Hap. Mr. Cole.
Johnny
there he is.
Manziel was great at running the ball,
Right.
getting away from people. He was all this. There are many, many, many other quarterbacks I would pick over him. Many.
One of the best college football games I've ever seen in my life was A&M in Tuscaloosa against Alabama, and Manziel won that. That was a great game, man.
I have a follow-up question for y'all.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
But Hap, who would you? There's many college. Name 3 right now that you would pick over Johnny Manziel that you've seen in the last.
I would pick Tim Tebow.
Great winner.
That was going to be my question.
Go. Great winner. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I
Who
would
else?
pick Tim Tebow. I would pick Peyton Manning for sure.
He was a great college football player.
And I would also pick let's see, Peyton Manning.
Manning, Tebow, you said.
Believe it or not, yeah, Manning and Tebow, and there's a few more. I would pick Dan Marino at Pittsburgh. His senior year, he was outstanding.
That's my first year in college, man. He was great. Antonio has a question. Go, Antonio.
Oh no, that was my question.
So
I was gonna ask who y'all thought was a better college player, Tebow or Manziel.
There's no doubt in my mind.
I'm taking Tim Tebow.
No doubt in my mind.
And if his ego wasn't so
the
big,
greatest college football player to ever play college football.
see what now? Hat, what'd you say?
Tim Tebow may have been the greatest college player of football to ever play.
All right. Okay. Happy, my friend, man. I love you, man. But if we need what do you call it when a person's on dope and you go talk to them? What do you call it? When everybody comes and
An
talk.
intervention?
And if you need an intervention, man, it's okay. Get out of here with Tim Tebow
Who do
was
you
great. Get better than I don't know, college football. Better than Tim Brown. Better than
Was he better than Cam Newton?
Better than Cam Newton, better than Peyton Manning. No, he wasn't better. Tim Tebow's up there though. He was great, man.
Yep.
But he ain't the greatest player. Get out of here, Hap.
You name me one player that did what he did in 3 years of Florida. Name me one player.
At Florida or in college football in general?
No, I'm saying, name me a player that did what Tim Tebow did when he was at Florida.
Oh, did he win 2 national championships?
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of guys that take ahead Tim Tebow. That he was good. He was very good. A consensus All-American. It'll go down in history. Oh my God! No.
I don't hear the names flying. I don't hear the names.
Well, I can name
I'm not a college football guy, so that's y'all.
Calvin Johnson, Michael Vick, all those guys. But
Calvin Johnson.
Are you at Georgia Tech? He was great. Are you talking about just winning championships?
He win 2 championships.
Well, then that's it. If it's only championships,
No, I'm just saying, name me a player that did what he did in that 3-year span.
and also football being a platoon sport, Tim Tebow didn't play defense. Florida's great defensively. Happy, okay. It's now it's 9:45. We got an hour 15 minutes left. There's no way. I got to think. There's no way Tim Tebow was the greatest college football player you've ever seen. Get out of here with that.
Okay, I don't see you naming anybody.
Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson.
Great.
That's ridiculous. We'll come back to this though. We'll come back to this, and we will not forget. Hap.
That's
By the
what I
way,
thought.
Hap.
That's what I thought.
You got to get out of here. You got to. If I walk on the street right now and ask 20 people if Tim Tebow the greatest college football player ever seen, no one's going to say that. Ant. You're the only one going to say that. Hap. You got to come with the John.
Have you asked 20 people on the street?
Hap. The John. Charles Woodson. He's better than Charles Woodson.
Have you asked 20 people on the street?
I said if I did.
Yeah, and you know their answer before you ask them.
No. Eddie George? Is he better than Eddie George?
They would never say that. That's what you just said. They wouldn't say that.
They would. Desmond Howard? They wouldn't say Tim Tebow. He's a great
All
winner.
of them great. I'm not.
He
saying
couldn't
they're
throw
not
the
great.
ball. Oh.
Not saying they're not great.
Is he better than Marcus Allen as a college football player? No. He was a great winner at Florida, though, no doubt. Archie Griffin, the only guy that won the Heisman twice. I don't know, man. All right, Hap. Are we done with football? Tony, you got anything to add?
I do not.
Happy, you got anything to add besides that ridiculous thing you just said? But we'll go back to it.
Tim
We got to go to
college football player ever.
We got to go
Okay.
to. Oh my God, I can't believe you believe that.
And I do have a football question, though.
Go,
Raiders quarterback, who's it going to be for this upcoming season?
man. That's a good one, Happy. What do you think?
What was the question?
Raider, a Las Vegas Raider, who everybody knows I'm a fan of. Who's going to be their quarterback this year? I think Garoppolo's out. What's that kid's name? O'Quinn? Aiden Quinn? Will he be the starter?
Not. That's the rookie?
Yeah. He started like last 4 or 5 games.
I think y'all are.
Who's the free agent quarterbacks out there, Happy? Tonio?
There's only one left, Mr. Fields.
And that's just if the Bears decide to get rid of him, right?
Oh, stop. Hap, you and I talked Saturday. And you said there's no way that Caleb Williams is better than Justin Fields. Right?
I do not believe he is.
You stand by that.
I do.
I'm in complete agreement with you.
And I have a question too.
I think Caleb Williams is good, but not like you got to see this guy great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have no problem,
Yeah,
no problem no problem not drafting Caleb Williams if he's available.
Not only do I have not a problem with that,
Oh,
but
my
I think
God.
it could be stupid on Chicago's part. Chicago should do one or two things.
What's that?
If they want to rebuild that team, either you keep, well, first of all, here's the first thing I would recommend they do. First of all, you keep Justin Fields, all right? Trade that number 1 pick and get 5 or 6 first-round draft picks for that number 1 pick.
Oh, happy.
Then you use one of those picks.
Happy. I'm sorry, happy. Say it again now. Keep Justin Fields.
Keep Justin Fields,
Okay.
and then you trade that number 1 pick to get 5 or 6
Hold on.
first-round draft picks.
Freaking Panthers.
And you use one of those picks to pick the receiver from Ohio State.
Harrison.
Junior.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Antonio shaking his head because he's a Panther fan. Antonio, what does that mean?
That means he mentioned that number 1 pick, and that's the pick that they got from the Panthers.
For DJ Moore? He's still mad. He's still mad.
Ridiculous.
All right, Hap. One more time, Hap. Say what you said. Keep Justin Fields. Trade what now?
Uh-huh.
The number 1 pick.
The number 1 pick that they have for 5 or 6, possibly 7 other first draft choices.
Okay. And then what does that mean? So you're saying you believe Justin Fields more than you believe Caleb Williams. Justin Fields is proven, I think.
Well, here's if I'm the GM, I'm looking at 3 things. First of all, I'm looking at, are we familiar with Williams? Are we familiar with Justin Fields? We know what Justin Fields can do. He's won some games for us. He's lost some games for us. We've seen flashes of greatness. We've seen, disappointing moments in him. But the problem is 23% of all first-year quarterbacks that come in the league and play, and they get indicted into a bad situation, they don't do well.
Gives that number
They
again,
just
Hap?
don't do well.
Gives that number again? What's the percentage again?
23% of all quarterbacks in their first year that are immediately thrown into an offense. And you're a high draft choice, so that means you're going to a bad team to begin with.
So you're saying a little
23% of
over a
those
fifth of the
guys
league.
don't do good.
Got it.
Don't do good.
All right, Antonio's chomping at the bit here. Go, Antonio.
So I have a question. So I feel like, see if you all agree with this. So I don't know if you've heard where apparently Caleb Williams, yeah, Williams' father said that Caleb wants partial ownership of whatever team drafts him.
What?
But that's against NBA or NFL bylaws, so that can't happen.
And he's not that good, but no, yeah. But his dad needs to shut the hell up.
But I completely agree with Hap because you'll have Justin Fields, who obviously has great chemistry with DJ Moore. The Bears just got DeAndre Swift. And if you put another receiver on the other side of the field from
A
DJ
decent
Moore,
receiver, yeah.
and if they could actually get a decent who do they have? Cole Kmet is their tight end. And their defense isn't bad, so
Yep.
This is what I'm saying. Happy, one more time for our listeners out there, give it to us what you were saying. If they keep Justin Fields and do what now?
Lynwood, I think you're the only one that didn't get this.
No, I'm just tell it. I'm trying to clarify for the listeners. Keep Justin Fields, get the
And trade the number 1 pick for 5 or 6 or 7 first-round draft choices.
that many out of 30-team league, 6 or 7.
You have the number 1 pick. You don't
Right.
think teams want that?
there's
Please.
there are probably some desperate teams out there.
No, there are some desperate teams. Your Panthers being one of them. My Raiders being slightly less desperate, but desperate nonetheless.
Panthers.
Happy. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to clarify. That's all. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, if they were to get Marvin Harrison Jr. on the other side of DJ Moore, that's
Yes,
a
sir.
mean 1-2 right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, because we talked about this Saturday, Happy and I did.
And they just got a great running back.
Swift.
Yeah.
But the guy
Yes,
that
sir.
had who was at the Panthers 2 years when Wilkes was there running that ball?
Chuba,
He's with the no. Other guy.
CMC.
No, he got traded. He went to San Francisco. Another guy like he was the Bears now.
Oh, Foreman.
Yeah, Foreman. Yeah, Foreman and Swift. Yeah.
Yeah, Foreman will be the goal line.
Oh, the short yardage guy, or the 15 carry guy. Swift be the 20 carry guy.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Swift is the speedster.
He's at Mr. Outside. Foreman Mr. Inside.
Yeah. They're slowly building a squad over there, but like you said, Hap, if they trade that number 1 pick,
I'm telling you, man. I am telling you.
So Happy.
All they need is a few defensive players. They get that boy Martin Harrison Jr. like Antonio said, to play on the other side from DJ Moore.
and Cole Kmet has good
They
hands.
got
So
Swift now. They got Foreman in the running back. They've got a squad there.
So Hap, what you're saying? You think
Now,
the Bears are a
if
few players away?
If you decide to go ahead and draft Caleb Williams, all that goes away.
So you think the Bears got a chance to do something in the next couple of years? What are you saying? If they make the right choices, if they keep Justin Fields.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do personally. And the good thing about keeping him, Antonio, what year is Justin Fields in? His third year now?
This be his third season.
third, correct. So he's still on the rookie contract.
It's the third year, right? So, Steve, he's still got 2 years left in a rookie contract.
Money.
2 years.
Yeah. Have you noticed, man, when a team comes
Oh,
out of
man.
nowhere? Have you noticed when a team comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're really good? The quarterback is on a rookie deal or a team friendly deal. When the Seahawks went down, when Russell Wilson was available for that big money, and they had to start selling off guys or trading guys or whatever. But Happy, that's a good point.
And I have another NFL question
I would
for you.
keep.
Go
ahead,
Happy.
Antonio.
Go
No,
Happy.
no, go ahead.
I would, and the other thing I mentioned 3 reasons why you keep Justin Fields. The second reason is because Caleb Williams doesn't do anything to me, in my opinion, better than Justin Fields. By drafting him, you are getting Justin Fields.
They're the same guy.
They're saying that Williams can keep plays alive with his legs. So can Justin Fields.
Right.
He can get outside the pocket and throw.
So can
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I mean, and to me, Justin Fields is the bigger of the two. I believe he's about 6'4" or something like
A
that.
little bit bigger, yeah.
And I feel like you're getting more ego with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and you're running into some issues that you don't want to deal with. And Justin Fields has been loyal to Chicago. He's busted his ass there. He's come back from injury to try and play better. He's learning. But again, when you thrust a quarterback into a horrible situation like Chicago had when he got there, it's going to take time.
Is this your 22% thing you were talking about?
Yeah, 23% of those guys don't do well.
All right. Well, I need to know now from
It's
Antonio.
going to take time.
And from Antonio, are we done with our NFL? That's it?
Oh, yeah, that's
But
it
he has a
in
question,
terms
though.
of free
You
agency.
had a
I do have a
question.
question, though.
Go.
Does Kirk Cousins in Atlanta make them a contender? Because their defense is decent. They have Bijan Robinson. They have Kyle Pitts, who I'm going to say this now, Kirk Cousins is going to love because he was highly underused last season.
They ain't about to throw the ball to him. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because that dude is so nice.
He is a good player. Atlanta lost a lot of games the last 7-8 minutes of the fourth quarter. I bet they lost 4 or 5 games last year. They could have easily won. So Kirk Cousins might be an upgrade for him.
So what do you think that's going to do with?
They got Ritter.
Yeah.
And they got come on, what's the guy's name? Oregon. Can run the ball. Not a good passer.
Bijan Robinson.
No. The quarterback.
Don't mention those people again.
Okay, Ritter. All right. I get what you're saying, Happy, but they are there. So
Don't mention them again.
Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter without question. I don't know.
I think so.
Because
They wouldn't bring him
they are
in if-
irrelevant.
I don't think they would bring him in if he wasn't going to be the starter.
That makes sense. Just like
They're
they wouldn't bring
relevant.
Russell Wilson
And
in.
Exactly.
when he
Yeah.
gets there, it's going to be a whole new ball game. And I can tell you right now, and what a lot of people don't realize about Atlanta, and you heard me say this earlier, Wood.
What's that, bro?
The two teams that I think have upgraded to the point they can make a deep run in the playoffs, Cleveland, Atlanta.
Now we talked about Cleveland. On that, Atlanta, not sure. Isn't winning a learned thing though? Does that just happen because you get a guy? You got to learn how to win. You got to learn how to close games.
No.
I think
No.
talent kind of takes over.
No.
At
Well, talent
some
obviously is
point.
needed.
But if you're underutilizing some of your best players and you bring in a guy that will throw to Kyle Pitts,
You're talking about Pitts now, yeah.
yeah, he was so underused.
Well, he couldn't get the ball to him.
Not just Kyle Pitts, but I could tell you he's going to be a superstar next year who's going to light the NFL up. Drake London.
Oh yeah, they do have London.
What's the guy's
That's
name,
right.
man? God, Jesus.
And while you're thinking about that, which team,
He-
who's going to win the NFC South? Tampa Bay or Atlanta?
No,
Tampa Bay.
Atlanta is because they have basically the best quarterback in that division now.
I agree with that.
Kirk Cousins better than Baker?
Oh yeah, I take.
Are
Kirk.
you out of your mind for
You-
even asking that question?
You wouldn't take Kirk Cousins over Baker?
I don't know.
You talking about somebody smoking dope at the wrong hours during the day?
Well, okay, you can join me in my intervention. We'll have a double intervention for you saying Tim Tebow is the greatest college football player you ever seen. Get out of here with that.
Well, first of all, I'm not the only one that says that.
Who else says it?
So-
Who name no other person says
A
that?
lot of writers have said that.
Does the word vague mean anything to you?
Let me explain this to you real quick, all right?
All right, break it down.
And let me say this to Atlanta about Atlanta real quick.
All right.
Kirk Cousins is without a doubt the best quarterback in that division now. There's only two other quarterbacks in the last 5 years that have thrown for more quarterbacks and had a higher quarterback rating than Kirk Cousins.
Now, Happy, you know where I'm going with this. Stats are not always indicative of what's going on. Stats can be.
I'm just telling you the numbers, Wood.
You
I'm just telling
can
you the numbers.
manipulate any numbers to come to any conclusion you want if you got a
Telling you
modicum
the
of
numbers,
education.
Wood.
What?
He was third in touchdown passes for the last 5 years behind Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen.
What if somebody's just as good as he
Telling
is,
you
but
the
they're a
numbers.
running team? Come on.
Just telling you. What now?
If someone's just as good as Kirk Cousins, but they're on a running team, they're going to run the ball more and they're going to throw it, so he's going to have more touchdown passes or less, depending on what the case is.
But then the two quarterbacks I mentioned are not on running teams.
And I have some numbers.
What
to
I'm
throw at
saying is this: stats are sometimes misleading. But yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Hap. What were you going
Not
to
when
finish?
it comes to that.
No.
I have some numbers to throw at y'all.
No one's going to ever mention Kirk Cousins in the top 35 quarterbacks of all time ever. Go.
So you know how you said that he, bet on himself and won.
Cousins?
Yes.
Twice he did.
So 2012, he signed a standard 4-year rookie deal. 2016, he got 19.9 fully guaranteed. 2017, 23.9 fully guaranteed. 2018, 84 million fully guaranteed. 2020, 66 million fully guaranteed. 2022, 35 million fully guaranteed. And he just signed his $150 million contract, $100 million fully guaranteed.
So Kirk Cousins basically made $300 million, what you tell him.
$411 million through 2027, of which 329 is fully guaranteed. And my question is this, in parentheses, one playoff win in 12 years.
What about those numbers, Hap?
What about him?
One playoff win in 12 years. What about him? You can't be vague and blow it off when it doesn't go
What
your
about
way. You just said how great his numbers were, and
You
then we
asked
give
me
you
a
that
simple
number,
question.
and you say, what
You
about
asked me
him?
a simple question. I told you my opinion. I think he's the best quarterback in that division.
Oh, that may be true.
I do agree with that.
That may be true.
Because it's who? Bryce.
That was the question you asked me.
No.
was
I
the
said, what about that
question
number?
was
I said, what about that number? One playoff win in 12 years.
No. The original question was.
I'm asking
who
you.
is the
Okay,
best
I get that.
quarterback
I get
in
that. I'm
position?
asking you that question now. What about the one playoff win in 12 years?
He's not good in the postseason.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Because who do we have in the NFC South? It's Bryce. Now
Oh, stop. What division we talking about?
NFC South.
You're Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, Baker Mayfield, now Kirk Cousins, and who's with the Saints?
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Your boy Carr.
Derek Carr. Happy is correct. Happy Cole, my co-host and friend of 30-some years, is correct. He's the best quarterback in that division.
How would y'all
That's
rank
true.
them?
Huh?
How would you rank them, those 4 quarterbacks?
Cousins, 1.
Who's better, Carr or Baker?
Baker had a better year last year. Baker, 2.
Okay.
Carr, 3. And Bryce, obviously, pulling the rear.
What do you think, Hap?
Yeah, that's good. I'm not too sure about. You can interchange Carr and Baker, but for
True.
sure the first one is Cousins. The last one is Bryce Young. The other two are interchangeable. So.
Okay. And I actually have a follow-up question.
Which is?
What does each team need in order to win, or have they found it with this
We're talking
offseason
talking that division?
in that division?
That's a tough division.
So we can start with the
Atlanta's got to close. They can't close.
Okay, so
That's that problem.
Does
The Saints, Saints are bad defensively,
yeah?
from what I can remember this season. Do you agree, Happy?
I think they actually
They
stepped
got
it up.
weapons. They got Carr and what's his name, Alvin Kamara.
I think the Saints stepped it up defensively, but Carr just kind of fell apart at one point, didn't he?
Got hurt. They hurt his shoulder.
What do you think, Hap?
Oh, and third, her third would be Falcons,
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Panthers are last, obviously.
Yeah. So it's Falcons, Panthers, Saints,
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
What do you got, Hap?
Now, the original question he asked, what would each team need to win? Is that right, Antonio?
Yeah, I said Saints need defense.
That's correct.
Falcons need to close.
That
Saints
was
need
the original
defense.
question, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so, Antonio, here's the answer to your question, all right?
Okay.
Obviously, let's start with Carolina. They need a number of positions to be filled on that team. They need better linebacking core, even though the defense was great for most of the year because they had no choice. They had to either learn how to play or be blowout in every game.
They were good.
They need
defensively.
wide receiver help there because now that you are a bit upset because DJ Moore's going to Chicago, left the cupboard kind of empty there. They also need what they picked up today, a new offensive lineman, which they got, Mr. Hunt there to change the face of that offensive line a little bit to help Bryce Young. What they truly need is a really good offensive coordinator who can put those young men in position to win bowl games. Bryce Young, they have to realize, is never going to be the answer or the savior. He can be good at that position if given the correct opportunity to play it the right way. As far as the Saints need a pair of wide receivers that can stay healthy. They were blessed 3 years ago to have, I forget that guy's name.
Michael something.
Thomas.
Michael Thomas, Hap. Michael Thomas.
I can't think of his
Michael
name.
Thomas.
He can't stay healthy. Yeah.
He's always hurt.
Okay.
He's always
So-
hurt.
But he cannot stay healthy. They need another wide receiver to go with him. They also need a better offensive line because as great as Alvin Kamara is, he doesn't get a chance to run the ball unless he's catching the ball out of the backfield. So they need a better offensive line. They also need more consistent quarterback play. Now, the defense for the last 5 games of the season put up some really good numbers. They were somewhere in the top 16 or 17 and run stop, maybe the top 20 in pass stop. But the play at quarterback was so sporadic at the end of the season that you cannot depend on Derek Carr. He would go out one game and throw for 300. The next game he'd throw 2 interceptions or 3 interceptions or whatever.
I agree with you
have to
there.
Get more consistent quarterback play from Derek Carr. Now, as far as Tampa Bay is concerned, Tampa Bay, we talked about this, re-signed Mike Evans. They've also got Godwin. They got a really good tight end there. They've lost some pieces on defense, but the defense will be solid. All they need to do in Tampa is to continue to play consistently like they did last year. Baker Mayfield completely took over that team. He was the leader of that team, and he led them deep into the playoffs. They won the first-round game. Unfortunately, lost the next game, but he did do what he's supposed to do. The re-signing of Mike Evans' team with Chris Godwin allows him to do some things in offense that a lot of teams aren't going to be able to prepare for. And then it comes to the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, I believe, will win that division because they just upgraded the quarterback position to as good as you can get. Kirk Cousins will come in throwing to Drake London. He'll come in throwing a Kyle Pitts. They'll use Bijan Robinson out of the backfield more as a receiver, and the offensive line is solid. Atlanta's always had a really decent defense. They might need to add a couple of safeties back there because they've been blown out over the top for the last 3 or 4 years with long routes and post routes. But other than that, Kirk Cousins will make a huge difference to them. As a matter of fact, I think Kirk Cousins in that division will be, without a doubt, the biggest upgrade to a team in that division.
Now, Happy, that's very astute and deep on your part. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might have something to say about what you just said, though. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. That's why they play the games. But Kirk Cousins is pretty good, though. I got to give that guy credit, man. He bettered himself not 2, not 3, but 4 times and won every time. That's what Baker Mayfield did. That's what Baker Mayfield did this past season. He was kind of on the way out, like, or a joke or whatever. Or
when he was with the Panthers.
The Rams.
And then went to the Rams.
Yeah. And people kind of made fun of him.
Well, Kirk Cousins.
I was one of those guys. I was one of those guys who gave him a lot of trash. And that guy.
Yeah, because he hopped off the plane, won a game.
He totally gave me a hard time about that, man. I never forget it, man. Signed by the Rams, read the playbook
Kirk
on the
Cousins
plane.
is a better story.
It's a better story, yeah. Yeah. And
Much better story.
And Kirk Cousins is better, just flat out better than Baker Mayfield. Would you agree, Happy?
I've been saying that for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just getting you to concur with me. All right. Are we done with football? Because we're going to move to college basketball.
Can we start with women's college basketball?
Yeah. I got it right here.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, we're done with football.
Iowa and Caitlin Clark beat Nebraska in the Big Ten championship. Is she? I think we talked about this last week a little bit. She's not the absolute best player I've ever seen in women's college basketball. Like I said, I think she's the most important, though. I bet you next year she makes $10 million in endorsements with WNBA. Do they have a chance to win? Happy thinks South Carolina's going to not walk to the national championship, but he said he'll give me the field and he'll take South Carolina. So they don't have a chance. Iowa have a chance against South Carolina?
Well, I think my statement was pretty clear.
Actually, I have a stat about South Carolina.
All right, but okay. I get what you said. I understand. I'm asking to expound on it. South Carolina,
I don't think
South
there's
Carolina,
really need to.
South Carolina
I don't
doesn't
think
have.
South Carolina can be beaten by any women's college football basketball team playing today.
Field hockey.
I really don't.
All of them. None of them can beat them.
No. Field hockey, soccer, baseball. No, but listen. South Carolina doesn't have a 20-point score. They got 7 people averaging 10 points a game, I think. They're deep and they're balanced, and they press the whole game.
What's crazy, though, is that these aren't the starters that they had last season. None of them.
They lost 5 seniors last year?
They lost 5. Their whole
I
starting
didn't
lineup.
know that. That's crazy impressive.
Yeah, they lost their entire starting lineup.
Damn.
And the stat that I had is it's been 736 days since South Carolina lost a regular season game.
Does it say who they lost to?
No.
No.
And that's from ESPN. So it's
Well,
reliable.
Happy, we're going to see, bro. We're going to see. I think they're vulnerable. I think they're the best team, but I think they're vulnerable, though. Happy don't think so.
I think their coaching is just too good.
Oh,
Dawn
she's great,
Staley's
man.
awesome.
She's awesome. I don't know. All right.
Did y'all watch the championship game?
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole thing.
What did you think about the whole incident at the end of the game?
I think it was wrong that girl punched that knocked down or whatever you want to call it, that little girl. But I think it's is wronger a word? Or more wrong, I should say, for LSU's coach to say that.
Mulvaney, that she wish she would
Kim Mulkey to say
Mulkey.
that I wish you would have hit Angel Reese.
or pushed Angel Reese.
She was pumping it up.
Yeah. You see, the player who was pushed down, her brother.
Oh my God, how crazy is that?
Yeah, so he's being charged with like assault and battery, and
That's crazy. They shouldn't do that. But Happy, what do you think about that? What do you think about that mainly at the end, that brawl at the end?
Well, again, I liken that to the situation where people are running on the court. You know, the referees have to find a way to always be in control of any sporting event. You just have to. You can't get things that to that point where it gets out of hand, where you lose control, which is what they did.
Happy.
The game had been chippy all night.
Yeah,
right?
chippy, very chippy.
The game had been chippy all night. It was pushing, it was talking, it was this, it was that. At that point, the referees should call timeout and set both teams down and said, listen, here's how we're going to do this for the rest of the game. You talk trash, it's a tech. You talk trash, it's a tech.
You
Let
bump
the coaches
somebody.
know,
You bump
control
somebody,
your
it's a
players,
tech.
or we will.
Now, Happy, you remember last week we were talking about this, and I said if a home team storms the court, they forfeit the game. You couldn't do that there because it was a neutral site.
neutral court.
But I'm with you. Lay the law down. You talk trash, you bump somebody, you get in somebody's face, it's a technical foul. And you lose possession, maybe. Maybe that'll stop it on neutral court. But home games, and Happy said he agreed with me, home games, if the fans storm the court, it's a forfeit. That'll stop that. You do not want to be known as the guy or girl who cost the team the game because you ran the court like a fool.
Yeah, like
Tony has a.
Well, yeah, like I said the other week, that all of the other conferences have fines or what have you for court storming, but the ACC is the one conference that does not.
All right, Nebraska. Iowa wins the Big Ten. I'm missing one. Oh, it didn't. LSU, South Carolina. Happy is Happy's a fan of Juju Watkins out at Southern Cal. They beat Stanford. It was Watkins' worst game, but the team came up and played well. What do you think about Southern Cal? Has no chance either, Hap?
All right, let me say
Don't
what
be
I
not
said
no
again
joke this
for
time.
the
I'm being
12th time.
serious.
In my opinion, there is not a women's basketball team in the country that can beat South Carolina.
All right, and South Carolina joined Elite Company. I mean, yeah, they're undefeated the last 2 years. I think UConn was the only team that done that. They've gone to the tournament ready to rock and roll and undefeated.
And you got my text, didn't you, Wood?
What's
the
that,
other
bro?
day I sent you a text that said that South
that?
Carolina will not lose a game until mid-season
Of next year. You said I did get that. Yes, you did. You said that the first game they lose will be mid-season of next year. God, I can't wait to the tournament, man. Man, you better hope they win because I'm gonna get on you.
They are the Tim Tebow of women's basketball.
Hat, what's that called in comedy, Hat? What's that called? You taught me this a long time ago. A callback. There you go, bro. The Tim Tebow of women's college basketball. Get out of there, Tim Tebow. Man, yeah. And Tebow was great, though.
They are dominating. I don't know why you don't give Tim his credit, man.
No.
Credit.
I think Tim Tebow is a great player, but he's the best college player of all time. Our esteemed stat and board guy Antonio has something to say here.
Breaking news: the Bengals have released Joe Mixon.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Antonio, make sure you're
All
reading
right.
that right. Say it again. I'll mess
All
up.
right. Yeah, they released Joe Mixon.
Jesus Christ. What have you done for me lately? They don't care in football, man.
So it's Joe Mixon and Aaron Jones that are currently free agents now.
Joe Mixon get picked up, bro. As crazy as he is, he can play football.
And the Raiders need a running back.
They got Zamir White, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
Who else?
He averaged 80 yards a game when
That's
Jacobs,
surprising. Though.
Jacobs out, yeah.
I wonder who they're looking. Maybe they're looking at trying to get Aaron Jones.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. All right, moving on. College basketball. We did women's, now men's. I put out today the sport. Huh? Was that happy?
Let me ask you a question before.
Okay.
Yeah, let me ask you a question real quick before we go to men's.
Yeah.
So I gather, and I've come to the conclusion that you feel
I feel.
that there's a team out there that can beat South Carolina.
Yes.
Okay, and who might that be?
Now, great teams, which South Carolina's obviously won, win games, they don't play well. But I think a great night, and it's built for it, man. Iowa could get them if on a great night by Caitlin Clark. Southern Cal.
Didn't they play Iowa already once this year?
And beat them like a damn rag. Like a dirty rug. Beat them, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be one of those great teams. I think it's going to be not a great player, but a good team. Kansas State, Ohio State. Well, I know you don't like simply because their name is Ohio State. I know you don't like them, but they can get them, man.
Stop it.
We'll see.
It.
We'll see. Can we halt here for a second? Because Antonio has raised his hand twice. He has something to say.
More breaking news. The Bengals have signed Zach Moss to a 2-year deal. Running back.
Re-signed or signed?
Signed.
From?
About to find out. I think he was with the Bills. Hold on.
So what does that tell both of you?
I'm confused. What are you talking about? What subject are we talking about?
What does that tell both of you that they let
He was with the Colts.
Mixon go, and they signed
Zach
this
Moss.
new young man?
Yeah,
what does
Zach
it tell
Moss.
you?
I think you're hunting for something. I don't know what it is. That Mason wasn't one liked, or he wasn't. What does it tell you?
No.
What?
It just tells you that for Cincinnati, this may have been a cap move to save money. Because to them, the running back position is not vital. When you have Joe Burrow, running backs are interchangeable. So perhaps it was a situation where they decided not to pay Joe Mixon.
Yeah, not that he's unproductive. It was simply a cost-cutting move. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
He does get
Absolutely.
hurt a lot, though.
And they couldn't do that if they didn't have Joe Burrow, because there'd be more premium on that position with that team.
All right, Happy? Do not, I repeat, my friend, do not hang up. We got to recognize the underwriters once more. Go, Antonio.
You are listening to WCOM-LP, Chapel Hill and Carborough. That is 103.5 on your local dial and WCOMFM.org. We are underwritten by the Dead Mule Club, located at 303 West Franklin Street. Owners Matt Putnam and Big Sam. Bow Bar, located at 705 West Rosemary Street. Owners John Bowman and Amanda Barr. Midway Barbershop, located at 707 West Rosemary Street. Owner Stepney Edwards. The Merch, located at 101 Lloyd Street. Check them out for your screen printing needs. And World Headquarters Cigars, located at 102 Merritt Mill Road. Owner Kelly Masters Melton. We will be back momentarily.
all good friends of ours. We'll be back momentarily, maybe 5 minutes. Happy, stay tuned, or call back in 6 minutes. Go.
We are back. You are listening to The Sporting Hour with Lynwood Robinson, co-host Mr. Happy Cole, comedian extraordinaire, and I am Antonio Castillo. Lynwood, what are we going with next?
We covered
Women's college
basketball,
NFL
free agency, and now we're going to go to the NBA. Antonio, pull up the standings, please. And we should get Hat back in a second here. All right. NBA Eastern Conference. The Celtics are clearly the best team in the East, maybe in the league right now. I think they got maybe as good a 1-2 punch. Maybe Denver might be the exception, but with Tatum and Brown. Denver has Jokic and Murray. But they're rolling, man. Is it possible you can put it by division? Not just by conference? Yeah, there we go. All right, we got NBA Eastern Conference, the Atlantic Division. No, that's not right. I think we're there here by division. Yeah, here we go. Atlantic Division. I think the Celtics and Knicks, Sixers, Nets in the NBA Atlantic. Celtics running away with it right now at 49-14. The Knicks been second, 37-27. They're missing Julius Randle though. Sixers at 36-28 minus
Embiid.
And the Nets, they don't matter, so forget them. And the Raptors also don't matter. But go back. But the Celtics with Tatum and Brown, they 1-2 punch, and they're great defensively. They're clearly the class of the Atlantic Division and the East, I think. Sometimes when a player comes back, he interrupts what's going on. Embiid's a great player, was an MVP candidate, been hurt though. So we'll see what's going on with that. Next division?
Next is the Central.
That's Milwaukee at 42-23. Cavaliers are right there though.
Is Milwaukee stable, like consistent enough to actually make some noise in the East?
I think they got two guys who are studs.
WTOM.
But they don't have Is Chris Middleton hurt? So I haven't heard from him lately. You hear me, Antonio?
Yeah.
Is Middleton hurt?
I don't think so. I just don't think he has as big a role as he did before. And Mr. Happy Cole, are you there?
I am.
Yeah, my man. All right, Hap. We're now on to the NBA. Let's backtrack a little bit to get Hap back. Get him up to speed here. Happy. The Celtics, NBA East. Do they have the best 1-2 punch in the league in Tatum and Brown, or is it Denver with Jokic and Murray?
That's close, but I have to give the edge right now from what I saw last week to Jokic and Murray.
Okay. Hold that thought. We'll get back to that.
And I have a differing opinion when we get to it.
Go.
Even though he comes off the bench, I would say De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk.
Well, those are two great ones. But
that's too great.
Then you got to throw Sabonis in there.
The size.
Oh yeah, that might be the best 1-2-3 punch in my opinion.
Yeah,
with Sabonis.
Yeah, you got to throw Sabonis.
I like to give you a hard time, man.
He's having an outstanding season. Outstanding.
I like to give Antonio a hard time, make fun of him, but that's actually one of your better points this year.
And he leads the league in triple doubles and double doubles.
You sure does. I know he leads in double doubles.
So you got to get his name in there.
Okay. We're on the East right now.
Yeah.
All right. So Celtics, Knicks. Knicks are without Randall. They're playing well. We got to hurry because we got to get college basketball in too. Sixers without Embiid. They're still above 500. Embiid comes back. Sometimes when a good player or a great player comes back, he can upset the
Rhythm.
thank you, Antonio. The rhythm of things are happening. You think that'll happen when Embiid comes back?
Chemistry.
As great as he is, and I think Embiid's a great player. And in my humble opinion, if he play in the post more, I think we're talking about 35, 40 points a game. But what do you think, Hat, when he comes back? Would he upset the Sixers even more?
I don't think so.
You think he's that good or that selfless or both?
I think he is that good of a player. But when he comes back, they will continue to roll like they did before he got hurt.
Oh man! So the Nets and the Raptors don't matter; they're both losing. So Central Division, go. What you got, Antonio?
So Central, the Bucks at 42-23, Cavs at 41-23, Pacers at 36-29.
We can stop right there. Nobody else matters. Happy. Are the Bucks for real? With Hap, is Chris Middleton hurt? I haven't seen anything or heard anything about him. Look him up, Antonio. See what's happening with Chris Middleton.
Oh, he's always hurt, man.
Yeah.
He's always hurt.
Because I haven't seen or heard his name in the last,
Not shocking.
Not shocking to you?
Not shocking.
So, we're talking about 1-2 punches. What about Giannis and Lillard with the Bucks? We left them out. Antonio's shaking his head. No,
I got to admit, for the last couple of weeks,
they've been rolling. They've been rolling.
Basically unstoppable.
Yeah, there's this 30-point, 10 plus assist guys. It's happened only a few times in the league history. And they've done like 3 times in the last 2 weeks, right, Hap?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Lillard got 44 dropped on him the other night, I think.
Oh yeah, Russell worked him out. Yeah, he did. That's a good point, Antonio. D'Angelo Russell worked him out.
Yeah, I guess he is hurt.
Yeah, because Milton's not even. Yeah, he's not even there.
He's not listed.
Go to next division in the East, please.
Southeast with the Magic at 37-28. The Heat, who pitifully lost to the Wizards the
Oh
other
my
night,
God, I can't believe that.
35-29.
Only 2 teams matter. Those 2
I can
teams.
believe it.
I will say this though, happy. The Heat are very good. I think because of Butler and that team, but I also think they're the best. Even though they're behind the Magic right now, they will beat the Magic 4-1 in the playoff series because of Butler and because of their coach. They got the best. That guy's the best coach in the Eastern Conference, maybe in the league. Would you agree, Spoelstra? Happy?
Adebayo, Butler,
Yeah.
Hero, whoever the hell they have.
Go.
I still don't like Bam at the 5, but yeah.
Hero's hurt, man. Again, he's got to stay healthy. Is that it in the East? In the North?
Yeah, that's it for the East.
The East. I'll just go to West.
All right, Northwest, Thunder at 45-19, Nuggets at 44-20, Timberwolves at 44-21.
1.5 games separate 3 teams. Happy Cole and I were talking Saturday. He made a great point. Happy, talk about Gilgeous Alexander. What do you call him, Hap? The new what?
The new George Gervin.
There you
baby.
go. There you go. Happy, dead on. Not as flamboyant, but just as effective. I think he leads the league in 30-point games. Go back a little bit, Antonio. Thunder, Nuggets, Timberwolves, 1.5 games separate 3 teams. I think in the end, though, best player, best team, I think the Nuggets will win that division. And I think Jokic will win another MVP. The Timberwolves are going to fall back because Carlton Towns is out for at least a month. And Gobert's hurt, too. Next division.
Next, Clippers at 41-22, Suns at 38-27, Kings at 36-27.
Lakers kind of in there, but not really.
Yeah,
Stop.
Not worried about
Stop right there. Happy. One thing I will do, I will admit when I was wrong, and I was wrong about the Clippers when they acquired James Harden thinking they would fall down. They have gone completely nuts. Are they the best team in the West?
No.
No. Who is Thunder?
Denver.
Even though Thunder's lead that division, Denver's the best.
Denver.
I'm with you. Happy. I'm with you. But the Clippers are right there, though. I thought they would stink, but they didn't. I didn't think the Suns were doing that well. I look at their record. I thought they'd be more close to 500, but they're winning games. Still had the greatest scoring forward I've ever seen in Kevin Durant. I don't know what it'd be like as a leader, but yeah. As far as putting the ball in the basket, nobody's been better at that position. The Kings. We talked about the Kings earlier.
I'm still riding with them.
The Kings or the Suns?
The Kings.
You like the Kings?
Yeah. In the West, I do.
Happy. Do you agree, Antonio, at all with that? I don't know about that one.
What?
They haven't learned how to win yet.
What place? What place are the Kings in?
Kings in third.
In that division.
They are 1 game, 5 games out of first, 1 game out of second.
In the Pacific.
All right. So, I do think that the Kings can beat anybody they face in the first round.
Can also lose anybody, right?
I think it's going to get difficult for them, though, when they get to round 2, when they might be matched up against a, who knows, a Minnesota or a Denver, you know.
Yeah. Happy, you got a point there.
Or
That's a good point,
Clippers.
Happy.
I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them, but I do think they are a solid playoff team. I think they have young, dogs on that team that come to play. Sabonis is a monster now.
He can play, man.
And like Antonio said, Fox and
Monk.
And Monk are just unbelievable. You know, and Mike Bryant has got those young men playing basketball out there.
Happy. Do you remember this like I do, Antonio? Monk could not get in the game for the Charlotte Hornets.
Ridiculous.
Couldn't get off the bench.
We say this all the time when we talk about this.
Change of scenery.
It's just different setting, different place.
Different coach.
Different coach. Yeah.
Different philosophy.
Yeah. They're very exciting though. I like watching them play.
I have a question though.
Go.
Would Monk make it as a starter, or do you like him as a sixth man?
He's great heading the second unit, and he can score. He can put the ball in the basket, man. Happy, this is a little before your time, man. Happy, he reminds me of Hap, but better range. Remember Ricky Pierce?
Ricky Pierce from the Celtics.
Ricky Pierce.
Not Paul Pierce. Ricky Pierce.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks. 6 man. Right there with Vinny Johnson. That's what Monk is, man.
Mm-hmm.
A 25, 28-minute guy. Get you that 16 to 20 points a game. Sometimes goes for 30. He can play, man.
And that's what they say. It doesn't matter if you start, it's if you finish the game.
You know, one of the best college basketball players that fit that
Description.
MO?
Who?
Danny Green. He never started here. He was never started, but he always finished the games.
He's good on defense.
And could close and never complained. He was great. But Ricky Pierce was great, man, as off the bench. Looked like Isaac from the little boat. Next.
All right, Southwest Division. Pelicans at 39-25.
Now, that's surprising.
Mavs at 36-28. Rockets at 29-35.
Happy. Let me ask you about this, man. All right, the Pelicans, obviously, we know if Zion stays healthy, they're very good. Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram. They're very good. They got a lot of players. McCollum. Happy. Is Luka an all-time great already?
He's an all-time great scorer. Yeah, no doubt about that.
What about defensively?
All-time great complainer.
Yeah. You stole my line, man. You stole my thunder. That's why you got to wait.
You got to be quicker than that.
Yeah. Leads the league in exasperated looks to his teammates, but he can put the ball in the basket. How many points could Kennedy get against Kennedy's have a beautiful daughter? How many points could Kennedy get against a Luka?
In the game to 11, she scored 6.
Kennedy. His daughter. Yeah. Luka, man. Oh, my God. He can score, though. Jesus Christ, he can put the ball in the basket. All right. So, Happy. Out of the West, who you got? Final two teams in the West. Who'd you pick?
In the Western Conference Finals or just out of the West?
No, Western Conference Finals. What two teams?
Oh, I'm going with Denver and I think when the dust clears, it's going to be Denver and the Clippers.
Yes. Same here. What about you, Antonio?
I'd like to see Denver and the Kings.
He likes the Kings. Nothing wrong with that. Kings are good, though. Kings
yeah.
are good.
I'd like to
but
see
they're
that.
young, though. They got to learn how to win. In the East, who you got, Antonio, for the last two teams?
I'm going to go Miami and the
Yikes.
Bucks.
Tony, you know where I'm going, man. You know where I'm going. Yeah, cause,
That's fine.
You know where I'm going.
That's
There's
fine.
no way you think Miami's winning.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. I got Boston and Milwaukee. Who you got happy in the East?
I got Boston and anybody but the Heat.
He's just messing with you. Tony, there's no way you believe that he's going to be there in the East Conference Finals. You think that he can beat the Boston Celtics?
Yeah.
You think? And then Tony gets mad because
Lynwood.
What?
And they just picked up Patty Mills.
Lynwood.
The great Patty Mills, get out of here. What? Well, hurry up. We got 15 minutes. Go, Hap.
Lynwood.
Yes. Oh, my God.
You're listening to a guy that was shocked because Carolina beat Duke twice in a year.
We're getting there.
you really-
College basketball's next. Don't say anything. College basketball's next.
You really cannot.
College
take
basketball's
that
next.
Miami
Hap, who you
team
got in the East? Who you got in the East, Hap? I got Boston, Milwaukee.
Boston and Milwaukee, Boston and Philadelphia when Embiid comes back.
Philadelphia's very, very, very good when they had Embiid, but before he got hurt, they were very good, man.
Yeah.
All right, I got Boston, Milwaukee. You got Miami and Boston?
No, Miami and Milwaukee.
Miami, Milwaukee. We'll see. All right, here we go. College basketball. Now, for our listeners out there. Oh, stop. What's Gaddafi's
We have an email question.
Email question.
So we briefly touched on this. With Saquon Barkley going to Philly, would you consider that disrespect to the Giants organization or fair game in football in the football world nowadays?
I will say this. Let me go first. I'll say this. The Giants are very conservative in their football decisions, and they're cheap. That man took the best deal. What's wrong with that? Go, Happy. What's your estimation on that?
Football's a business, all right? And there's no clause in any contract that says you can't go to a team in your division. There's no clause that says that. And, as a GM, the Giants certainly had an opportunity to match or do better than the offer he got from Philly.
Without question.
It wasn't like he just took that offer and just said, to hell with you guys, I'm going to Philly. The Giants certainly wanted to match, or had the opportunity to match that offer. And Barkley has been on record as saying that he wanted to stay a Giant his whole life.
He did say that.
So the opportunity for the Giants to match that offer has been there and was there. They had all season. They franchise tagged him last year. They didn't have to do that. They should have given a long-term contract last year. Then we wouldn't be in this situation. But
Bam!
This is what happens when you take if this is what happens when you take a really good athlete and you put him in a situation where he has the leverage now. So my trick would have been last year not to argue with Saquon Barkley, sign him to a 3 or 4 year contract for some guaranteed money up front, give him $11, $12 million a year, and that would be the end of that. By tagging him last year with the franchise tag, you only guarantee 1 year with Barkley, and then you're saying basically, well, you can walk out of the door if you're pleased to. And so he chose to
walk out the door. Hey, a franchise
tag. It's the Giants' fault.
A franchise tag.
You should have wrapped him up when you had a chance to wrap him up.
A franchise tag is like an engagement ring, I think. We like you, but we want to see what's going on. You know what I mean? We love you, but we want to see what's going on. What do you think, Antonio?
My thought is if the organization is looking at it as a business transaction, why should the player not look at it that way when it's their life that's being affected more so,
It's their body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's literally their life, their children's lives, or what have you. So if the organization is just going to look at them as a chess piece, why can they not look at themselves
chess
as a chess piece, and move to the better spot on the chessboard.
Good point, Antonio. Good point. All right. There you go, Gaddafi. And by the way, Gaddafi's a guy.
What did he say?
So he's saying that if the management can look at the player as a chess piece or a pawn, why can't the player do the exact same to the management?
And move themselves to a
They
better
do.
situation.
They do it all the time.
Yeah, that's his point he's making. Yeah, I get you. Now, the guy that sent that question in, Gaddafi, and Tony and I know him real well.
Is a Giants fan.
He's a Giants fan, but also he watches football with us, and he's a sports guy. But I will say this, and I give him a hard time. He does know football, though. Would you not agree, Antonio?
I would not.
Yeah. You messed me up, but that's funny. He and Gaddafi go at it, man. Well, actually, me and Gaddafi go at it, too, but that's not true. He does know football.
No, he does. He does.
Yeah, he does. He does know football.
Got to give him credit.
All right. Here we go. College basketball. Now, the Sporting Hour power rankings. I have Houston, UConn, Purdue. My train of thought was away from me. Oh, yeah, UNC and Tennessee. Do you guys agree with that? Let me say it again, Hap. Houston number 1, UConn, Purdue, Carolina, and Tennessee. Is Tennessee that good, or am I just like I think Tennessee's that good because they got a guy, the number 1 guy, 6'5", 6'6". Connect, I think his name is Dalton Connect. He had 40, but they lost to Kentucky.
Did you put Carolina in there?
Yeah, that's where I'm.
I had him 5.
That's where I'm at on that.
You be quiet. You can't say
it has
nothing.
nothing to do with Duke, but I don't feel like they're that good nationally.
There's no great team. Anybody can win it. Who'd you put ahead of Carolina, man? Marquette? Arizona? Who'd you put? Because you're looking at me outside of your eye.
Oh, I'd put Purdue.
Purdue's 3.
Houston.
You got
Arizona.
3.
Marquette or Tennessee. I'm missing somebody.
So there's no emotion in there. That's all you're thinking.
I honestly don't think they're that good nationally. They might have won the ACC, but I don't feel like they're that good nationally when it,
Who do you got, Hap? Top 5 teams. Go. We got to hurry. We got 9 minutes.
Well,
is Houston a definite number
I'd
1?
put
Is Houston a
in-
definite number 1? Happy?
are you asking another question now, or
Well, is Houston a definite number 1?
I would say yes.
All right, so give me your top 5 then. Go. I'm sorry. Go.
Okay, I would say Houston,
Right.
UConn.
All right.
Then I'd go Purdue because I think they can do some things.
That big dude, man. That big dude. And they got a top flight point guard. Is that it? Did we get 5? Or did Happy go?
I don't know. You were saying something.
No, I think you're right. I think that big guy, Purdue, yeah. Zach Edey, the reigning National Player of the Year. I think he's really effective. But there's no great super duper team. So I think it's wide open. But you two don't think Carolina's a top 5?
Mm-mm.
What about you, Happy? You don't think UNC's top 5?
No.
Top 10?
Yeah, I think they're top 10.
But not top 5.
Yeah.
I put them top 12.
No.
So then what's that put Duke then? Since they beat them
But
twice.
Top 15.
I think they're ranked right where they are right now, number 7, I think.
That's good. All right. Now let's talk about that big game this weekend. Carolina won that game. Duke
What big
never
game?
Duke never led at any point in the game. So did a better team win, or were there extenuating circumstances? Oh, here we go. Antonio's got something to say. Go, Antonio.
Hap brought this up the other week where Duke's weakness may be in terms of, he said the talent's there, but the coaching, that's where Duke may be lacking. And I agree with that with the Carolina game. And I know coaches don't like to burn timeouts, but I think Carolina started the game 17-3 or something like that, 17-4.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Sure did.
I only watched second half.
Yeah, I would have called a timeout when it was 10-4 or whatever the score was when Carolina got 10 because, shots may not fall, and, that's completely understandable. There's a lid on the basket sometimes, but if you can feel the vibe of your team and if the demeanor isn't there, then I feel like you need to call a timeout pretty much immediately and get the team straight because Carolina was getting all the 50-50 balls. And 50-50 balls are all hustle.
Yeah. Now, one of my gripes early about UNC was that they were getting beat to 50-50 balls. They weren't completely fit.
Yeah.
They're not the fastest team. They're kind of plodding team.
Duke was just lackadaisical in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, and I would have burned a timeout so quickly if I was a coach.
What do you think about the game, Hap? What do you think about it tactically? Not just playing. Yeah.
When the blue what's their name? The Blue Angels.
Man,
Devils,
stop.
whatever.
Go ahead, man. Stop playing. We got 6 minutes. You crazy.
Well,
You know that name is.
the Blue Angels when they came out the first 5 minutes.
The Blue.
All right.
The Blue Angels.
There was something about the way they played and the way Carolina played. It was almost as though Carolina just kept punching them in the face, and they could do nothing about it.
Straight jabs.
And every time they would come down, Carolina would punch them in the face and go down and score again. Duke just got beat up. They got knocked out. They got knocked down, and they kept getting back up, but they kept getting knocked back down.
Yeah.
Now, Shire, I read this today. Shire said that he didn't coach the game well, and he would like all his players to know that Carolina is your daddy. So I don't know how true
Wait a minute.
that
Stop.
is,
You didn't read that. You did not read that.
but I will say this,
God.
all right? In the scheme of things, in that 8-mile gap between those two schools, they played twice this year, as always. And I can't remember, maybe you can, maybe one of you guys can.
There we go.
The last time Carolina swept Duke in a season.
Yeah, because
I can't remember the last time when that was.
Duke swept them last
But
season.
one thing is for sure. What's that, Antonio?
Duke swept them last season.
Okay, and that means not a damn thing.
That means.
It happened.
Go ahead.
That means not a damn thing. That means that Carolina, obviously, is the better team of the two.
This year, yeah.
And,
Right.
I mean, it's just, it's not an unusual thing for those two teams to have teams like this, but to sweep and then to be swept, to sweep and then to be swept, it's an odd thing, and I think Shire's not a good basketball coach yet.
I agree with that.
I really do believe that has a lot to do with it. But here's the other side of that. Shire's not playing.
Bam. There you go, Happy.
I think
Carolina players wanted that game more than Duke players.
Can I say
And it was
something?
clear.
Can I say something? Here's what I think, man. I think Duke has 3 pros on their team.
They
I
do.
think Filipowski's a pro.
Proctor.
I think Proctor's a pro. And I think maybe McCain's a pro. Maybe. He's undersized, but he's a tough kid. I don't think UNC has a pro guy, but they got a better team. You see what I'm saying? Team. Not an individual outstanding player. I think Filipowski, when he's playing, when the game is going, he's the best player on the floor. 6'10", 6'11", can do whatever he wants.
He doesn't act like it though.
Oh, by the way, can I say
Well,
this?
you know what
we got
his- you know
3
what his
minutes. Can I say
downfall
this?
is?
Was that Happy?
You know what his downfall is?
What's that, bro?
He does not like to play physical. You play him physical, you're in his head.
I think
Agreed.
Antonio said that before.
And he tries to play in the post too much.
All right, can I say this? It's obvious that he tripped that kid going up the court. Now, he has to stick to that ridiculous story, but it's obvious that he tripped that kid, man. He tripped
What was the story?
Well, that he was just getting up off the floor and
He wasn't.
he tripped that
I'll
kid.
agree with that.
Yeah, he tripped that kid. An edge is an edge is an edge, but he's a pro. Now,
Well, if he could be, I mean,
he's
if
a
he
pro.
just gets out of his own way, he could be the Tim Tebow of men's college basketball.
He would not let it go. Hap, think of one real quick. We got 2 minutes, Hap. The John, think of it real quick. You got one?
Dude, I can't do a John that quick.
All right.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, bro. We'll go next week. You got to load up then. So next week you come back.
To the last minute to
Well,
ask me
I'm
for
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. So next week you got to come with 2 then. All right.
that. I'm not a joke on demand kind of service. What?
Next week you come with 2. What's I gonna say? We're almost out of time, and we got 40 seconds.
TSH. Happy Cold.
Let me read this to you real quick then.
Hurry, go. We got 30 seconds, Hap.
The greatest college football player of all time.
Stop. No. All right, stop. Get Happy Cole
Tim
at
Tebow.
on Instagram at
For
happycole.com.
9,285 yards and 31 touchdowns. And rushed for 2,947 yards and 57 touchdowns.
Okay.
Breaking Emmitt Smith's school record, Kevin Falk's SEC record. He threw for 12,232 total offensive yards, breaking Danny Waffle's school record.
I can
He
go.
led the Gators
I can go to
two
any. I can go to
SEC
stats,
titles,
man.
two
I can go to
NCAA
stats. I can go to stats.
And
Stop.
was the first player to rush for at least 20 touchdowns
Hat,
and
we're
pass for at
we're out
least
of
20
time.
touchdowns in a single season.
Hat, we're out of time, man. He's not the greatest college basketball player of all time.
The
College football
greatest
player.
college football player of all time, Tim Tebow.
Yeah, better than Herschel Walker. Get out of
May
here. with
God
that.
bless
Better than Barry
America,
Sanders. Get out of here
and
with
may
that.
God bless Tim Tebow.
Yeah, right. Get out of here with that, man. All right, we'll see you next week.
Good night.
We'll see you next week.
You can
Go.
find Happy at happycole.com.
You can find Lynwood at TSH_the_wood. That's my Twitter.
And you can contact the show at thesportinghoursch@gmail.com.
My man.
Thank you for joining
All
us.
right. Next week, we'll see you.
You've been listening to the Sporting Hour on WCOMFM.org with your host, Lynwood Robinson, and your intrepid co-host that goes by the name Happy Cole. Happy Cole with Antonio Castillo on the board and the stats. Bring it back. All right? It's a Sporting Hour on WCOMFM.org.